I really don't see that as being an issue.
That's Commodity and Regulatory Specialist Jay Bragg of the Texas Farm Bureau.
Did you know your checkoff is sharing the benefits of beef with millennials through social media? Did you know your beef checkoff helped get 6 extra lean cuts certified as heart healthy by the American Heart Association? Did you know your checkoff is helping us set new U.S. beef export records? While you manage your operation, your beef checkoff is working hard to keep beef top of mind with consumers here and around the world. Get to know your checkoff and start sharing the facts at mybeefcheckoff.com, funded by the Beef Checkoff.
Companion policy? Specified perils? Okay, let's put aside the auto insurance terms and think about moments like Little League and road trips. At Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, it's the way we cover you for how and where you drive. Outside Texas? Well, our auto policies protect your moments out there too, because moments worth covering are never accidents. So call 877 Farm Bureau. You could save up to 40% on your auto insurance.
Discounts may vary by situation.
That's today's Focus on Agriculture. I'm Gary Joyner, and we are the TFB Radio Network.
All right, here we go. Everybody likes don't take things, stepping in the bathroom, don't Welcome. Welcome to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. Got some trombone going here early in the morning.
I know, right? Listen.
Trombone.
I mean, how awesome is that? This guy's sitting in the field playing trombone and the cattle are like participating. Just like they know the song.
That's awesome. Wow. How about that? Good to hear with you this morning, getting you up and on your way. We got Charles Sagona with us.
What's going on?
Heather's in the house.
Hey, you guys.
That's some nice. I've got to see that video.
You do.
I've got to check that out.
It's one of the coolest viral videos because the guy's sitting in a field. He's playing his trombone, and all of a sudden, not only do the cows come, but they come and they look very happy to be standing there.
That's just awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to check that out for sure, for sure.
Hey, we got a lot of good stuff coming up on the show today.
Yeah, we do. It's going to be a great show. We've got some tickets that we're going to be giving away again. Some Music and Madness tickets. That's going to be awesome. Got some cool stories, some cool topics to talk about. Jerry Jones in some hot water.
Oh, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. We're going to have a great show lined up for you. Be sure to stay tuned. We got the local news coming up next with Garen Skates here on KBS 95.7.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas. How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry!
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the S'mores Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
You say on the refrigerator you keep a scorpion count?
Yeah, and it's up to 1243 in 14 years. First year or two, we got a lot of them. You'd be sitting there reading at night and hear something go and you hit the floor and you look around, there it goes scorpion. 3 or 4 a night.
Weekdays at 8:15 a.m. on KBST.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. I'm Garen Skates with your K-Best Radio Group News. It's Wednesday, August the 6th. The time is 6:31, and it's 79 degrees on the outside of the KBST studios. Your complete weather forecast is coming up. United States Congressman Randy Nagebauer held a town hall meeting here yesterday in Big Spring. KBST news reporter Kayla Kay was there.
Thanks, Garen. I attended the town hall listening session at Howard College yesterday with Congressman Nagebauer. There were approximately 80 people in attendance, and some opening speeches were given by Dr. Cheryl Sparks and Mayor Larry McClellan. Congressman Nagebauer did answer questions about something he's been working on, like reforms to the Endangered Species Act, as well as funding for schools, concerns from veterans about the VA hospital, unaccompanied children crossing the border, and I also got to speak with him about the lawsuit filed on the president about the Affordable Care Act.
What we know is the Affordable Care Act was a bill that was passed by the House and the Senate and signed by the President, so it's the law of the land. But the President, because it's been difficult to implement and the bill has a lot of flaws, has been trying to implement parts of it, not implement parts of it, in order to try to salvage this bill. And what we're saying is, Mr. President, that the law, this is the law, and that you can't selectively enforce the law and you can't change the law. And that's not the way the Constitution was written. If the bill has got a problem and you need to fix it, then the proper way to go back through the legislative process and make those changes, and that the president doesn't have the authority to arbitrarily make those changes on his own. And so we're basically asking the courts to determine the constitutionality of the president's making arbitrary changes to what is the law of the land.
And I'm Kayla Kay reporting for KBST News.
KBST News reminds everyone that the search continues for the suspect in the assault and stabbing of an 85-year-old Big Spring woman. The suspect is believed to be 6 foot tall and 200 pounds. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 432-263-TIPS. That's 432-263-8477. There is a $20,000 reward for the arrest and indictment of the suspect in this case. The sketch of the suspect can be seen on kbestmedia.com. United States Senator John Cornyn was in Midland yesterday to speak on a topic that could affect the oil, gas, and transportation industries. The lesser prairie chicken has recently been placed on the threatened species list by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The placement narrowly misses the endangered list, but businessmen and landowners are still concerned how this could affect their production. The director of Midland Airports was one of those sitting in on the meeting and has seen the impact of the lesser prairie chicken's new status. He stated some licenses have been hard to come by for the new spaceport as they have worked to meet environmental standards. If you're the parent or guardian of a Big Spring ISD student in grades 1 through 5, you're asked to please stop by the elementary campus that the student will be attending this fall before August the 15th and bring proof of residency. Any monthly bill or bank statement with a street address will work. Leadership Big Spring has announced that their first class will be September the 11th. Applications that have gone out by mail are due back to the Chamber of Commerce office by August the 15th. Space is limited, so if you need an application, call the Chamber office at 263-7641. Texas Department of Public Safety troopers made more than 1,000 DWI arrests during a special enforcement period that spanned 11 days and included the July 4th holiday. The enhanced DWI enforcement effort took place from June 27th to July 7th. DPS enforcement also resulted in more than 15,000 speeding citations, which included more than 2,500 seatbelt and child safety seat citations and over 1,000 fugitive and felony arrests. And a North Texas mom is setting a new record for the most breast milk ever donated. Guinness World Records announced that Alice Ogletree from Argyle donated over 53,000 ounces of milk to the Mother's Milk Bank of North Texas from January 2011 to March 2014. That beats the old record set by a Pennsylvania mom by almost 10,000 ounces. And join some of our K-Best personalities at Saturday's Relay for Life Men in Black event. The Sid Richardson Carbon and Energy Team Brisket and Beans Cook-Off will be held at the Big Spring Eagles Lodge. Entries are to be turned in by 4, and plates are available for a donation. There's also a beanbag tournament with team signups beginning at noon and play beginning at 2. So head on out this Saturday for a good cause and say hello to some of our K-Best personalities. In local obituaries, Nell Beard, age 91 of Big Spring, died Tuesday, August the 5th. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. Friday at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. Online condolences may be made at myersandSmith.com with arrangements under the direction of Myers & Smith Funeral Home. H.C. Rowden, age 80 of Big Spring, died Monday, August the 4th. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements are by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at myersandsmith.com. Sidney Francis Hurt died at Polo Park Estates in Midland on August the 4th at the age of 88. A rosary will be held tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the St. Lawrence Catholic Church. Funeral Mass will be at 10 a.m. Friday at the St. Lawrence Catholic Church. Interment will follow in the St. Lawrence Cemetery. Online condolences may be placed at npwelch.com. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Funeral services for James Jim Reese will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Nally Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel. Online condolences may be made at npwelch.com. Funeral services for Dina Kadeen Walden, age 97, will be today at 2:30 p.m. at the Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home in Big Spring. Visitation is prior to the service from 10 a.m. until noon. Online condolences may be made at npwelch.com. And Betty Ruth Green, age 85 of Big Spring, formerly of Jal, New Mexico, died Friday, August the 1st. Funeral services will be held at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time today at the Jal Church of Christ. Interment will follow at the Jal Cemetery. The family suggests memorials to the Alzheimer's Association, Greater West Texas Chapter. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be made at npwelch.com. The KBST news time is 6:38. This portion of your news is brought to you by Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. We'll be back with sports and weather.
I'm Danny Flanagan. Some topics are easy to talk about. Cremation isn't one of them. But when planning a funeral, it's a good idea to consider all the choices. At Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home and Crematory, we can help. If you're considering cremation, we can explain all the alternatives for a dignified, personalized service. Did you know that with cremation, you can still have a visitation, memorial gathering, interment, and all the regular funeral services? Contact Nally Pickle and Welch for a free brochure on cremation and cost. We'll answer all your concerns.
The KBST news time is 6:39 at 78 degrees on the outside of the KBST studios. Now to KBST Sports Director, Gooney.
Thanks, Garen. The Texas Rangers got a huge win last night in Chicago against the White Sox. They got the bats going early and never let up. Adrian Beltre got it going early from the first inning.
He swings and clouts one to deep left field. That ball is crushed, and that ball is history. A two-run homer for Adrian Beltre, his 16th of the year. It's 3-0 Texas.
Chirino's got his in the second.
Danks turns on the rubber and lets it fly. And Chirino swings and hits one deep. Center field, Eaton going back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. That ball is history. Dead central over the 400 sign. A home run for Robinson Chirinos. It is 4-0 Rangers.
The final score from Chicago, Texas 16, Chicago 0. Game 3 of that series today with the first pitch at 1:10, and that game can be heard on the mighty 1490 KBST AM. The Houston Astros lost to the Phillies last night 2-1. Game 2 tonight at 6:05. In minor league baseball, the Midland Rockhounds fell to Tulsa last night 5-4. Game 2 of that series tonight from Citibank Ballpark in Midland with the first pitch at 6:30. And the San Antonio Spurs have hired a new coach to help out Coach Popovich this year, and it's making history. Becky Hammond, a current WNBA player with the San Antonio Stars, is the first female coach to coach in the NBA. Coach Popovich says he is confident that her basketball IQ, work ethic, and interpersonal skills will be a great benefit to the Spurs. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is in some hot water after some provocative pictures have surfaced showing the Cowboys owner with several younger women. Jerry Jones has been married for 51 years and is 71 years old. And in local sports, the Big Spring Youth Soccer Association has announced sign-ups for the 2014 fall season. Sign-ups will be held at Springtown Plaza Saturdays on August 9th, 16th, and 23rd from 10 to 3. And then during the week of August 18th through the 22nd from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Cost is $75 for all divisions. Children must be between 3 and 16 on August 1st. And the YMCA Youth Flag football registration is from August 4th until the 31st. They'll be having 2 special weekend sign-ups on the 16th and 23rd. Sign-ups these days will be held at Hibbett Sports here in Big Spring, and they'll have coupons to pass out during the sign-ups. They'll be for kids ages 3 to 5 and 6 to 8. Price is $50 for YMCA members and $60 for non-members. For more information on that, contact Dathan Jones and the Y at 267-8234. And the U.S. National Hang Gliding Competition is now underway at the Big Spring Air Park. Zach Majors is in the lead after yesterday's competition, and it'll continue throughout the week. You can keep up with the live tracking tool found on the link at kbestmedia.com. And season tickets for the 2014 Steer varsity football season are on sale at the Big Spring ATC. It's only $20 for a ticket book, and that includes 4 home games. They're available Monday through Thursday between 7:30 and 3:30 and must be purchased by August 14th. For more information, log on to kbestmedia.com. This is Gooney in the KBest Sports Center.
And now a look at your Howard County weather. Mostly sunny and hot today, a high around 98. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low around 74. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and hot, a high around 100 degrees. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low around 75. On Friday, as we head into the weekend, mostly sunny skies and warm, a high around 96. And Friday night, partly cloudy and a low around 73. It's currently 78 degrees on the outside. Coming up, more Gooney in the morning, but first, look up and live on KBST.
A young reporter approached an old man on his 100th birthday. "Happy birthday, kind sir. Can I bother you to answer one question? In all your years, of what are you most proud?" "Well," said the man, "I don't have a single enemy in the world." "Really?" said the reporter. "That's incredible. How inspiring to us all." "Yep," added the centenarian, "outlived every darn one of them." I am Mark Lindsay, pastor of First Baptist Church for Look Up and Live. Sadly, each of us has acquired an enemy or two in our lives. While it is our human nature to find fault in others and make an occasional unnecessary enemy, sometimes it has nothing to do with us. So what can we do to make peace with enemies like those? The Bible says in Proverbs 16:7, "When a man's ways pleases the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him." The key word is he. That is, the Lord makes even a man's enemies to be at peace with him. All we have to worry about is making sure our ways are pleasing to the Lord, and he will do the rest. The word way can also mean journey or path. When our path is straight and God's is the focus of our journey, then our ways will please him, and he will make even our enemies to be at peace with us. Let us rededicate our lives to the Lord today and see him bring the victory. There is so much work to be done.
I remember our old country home, clean fresh air and flowers growing in the fields along the path beside our swimming hole. Mama hollering through the screen, "Would you kids like some homemade ice cream?" That was such a simpler time and place. Bluebell tastes just like the good old days.
Ask any cow what her favorite Bluebell snack bar is, and you'll get the same answer. Moo. Why not? Classic Moo bars are 12 packs of rich, decadent chocolate-dipped frozen vanilla treats. Any other questions?
Bluebell tastes just like the good old days.
Join the Bluebell Country Club for discount coupons and flavor information. Sign up at bluebell.com.
Have you been looking for the perfect job? The Paint and Safety Store in Big Spring is looking for you. We're looking for the right someone to join our team. We offer competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement. If you're good with people, enjoy helping others, have good computer skills, we'd like to talk to you about our inside sales position. It's a full-time job with 40 hours every week and weekends off. Put that together with competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement, and the Paint and Safety Store could become your new favorite job. Apply today at the Paint and Safety Store, 201 South Benton in Big Spring.
Does even the thought of going to the dentist make you feel anxious? Has it been years since you've been to the dentist, and do you fear that you will need a lot of stressful dental procedures? This is Dr. David Ward, a comprehensive general dentist in Big Spring, and I'd like to introduce you to the calming world of sedation dentistry. We offer soothing nitrous oxide gas and oral conscious sedation where you take 1 or 2 small pills and become very relaxed, often snoozing and not even remembering the appointment. So whether you need anything from just a few fillings to surgery to a full mouth makeover, Sedation Dentistry will help you achieve your goals in a relaxed and comfortable manner. See our website at davidwarddds.com for more information about this and the many other unique services that we offer. Dr. David Ward, gentle, beautiful, high-tech dentistry right here in Big Spring.
Not sound crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. Hot air balloon, I can go to space. Up in the air, baby, by the way.
Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. We're halfway through the week. It's Wednesday, August the 6th, 6:47 here at the KBS Studios. Gooney here with you this morning. We got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
Charles Sagona with us today.
Moo.
Nice. That's a happy remake by Rascal Flatts there, by the way.
That's a pretty cool acapella.
That's different, yeah. Yeah, but before that, we had talked about the Royals trombone that we were playing earlier. I got to watch the video during our little break.
Pretty
it's
neat,
just
isn't
hilarious.
it?
You have to
It's
watch this
awesome.
video. Now, Heather, you shared it on your personal Facebook?
Yes, I did. I'll go ahead and share it with my Heather on-air profile. So.
There we go. Go like Heather on air, like her page. She'll put this video up here in a few minutes. It is hilarious. So these cows come running over this hill to this guy.
I think if you have cattle, you have to do this. Now, whenever I was watching this video yesterday, I don't know if it's coincidence, but my dog, my greyhound, he liked it too.
Oh, really?
Yes. Reacted just like the cows. He was doing something, and he comes run over, and he looks, and
That's crazy.
he usually doesn't care what's going on the computer.
Right.
But he had to jump in the chair and
All
kind of
head
look at the
cocked.
screen. He's like, "What's that?" And his
That's
tail
awesome.
was wagging.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to try that. And, like, whenever I first heard this, I was thinking, maybe there's like 10 cows or something that shows up. No, there's a lot of cows.
There's
And
like
you have to see what
30.
they do at the end of this video.
I
You
love
have, to go,
cows.
you have to go like Heather on air, like her page, and watch the video here in a few minutes. She'll have it
Oh,
up for
man,
you.
it's
But, yeah,
awesome.
it's exciting. That's funny. That's funny stuff.
I want
Good
to meet
stuff.
those cows.
Way to go, Lord. Way to make that song and make the cows happy, I guess.
She's like that Piper guy.
Yeah. Rowdy Rodder Piper?
No, like the
Oh, I'm
one that
thinking
plays the
wrestling.
fife. And like,
Peter Piper?
yeah.
Oh, no, that's the pepper guy.
Oh, yeah. Peter Piper picked a bunch of pickled peppers.
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, man. Okay.
Where are we going with this?
Moving on.
Where are we going with this? Hey, I want to remind everybody to go join the KBest Club at kbestmedia.com. We have the secret word of the day up there, and then whenever we ask for it, be the first to call in. We'll hook you up with 4 tickets to Music and Madness. It's almost here. That'll be here tomorrow night. That's exciting.
Wow.
It's going to be a great show.
And you know what? Tomorrow we're going to hook somebody up with gold.
That's right. Yeah, if you've been keeping up or if you've been looking at the secret word of the day every day, good for you because you'll have your chance to upgrade a couple of those tickets to gold tickets. And these will be like front row tickets as
Right.
we're upgrading to.
Right
That's pretty
there.
cool. Yeah.
Hey, those gold tickets will make you happy. I also have a list. Apparently, the Pope has a top 10 out now. I mean,
Really?
seriously. Pope Francis revealed a top 10 secrets to happiness.
Nice. Let's
Oh,
hear it.
And we'll go through this. Number 10, work for peace.
Yeah?
I wonder how much does peace pay?
I think that's the point.
Number 9, don't try to convert people. He said it's fine to inspire by example,
Right.
but you have to respect their beliefs, and you'll probably make more enemies trying to convert people.
Exactly.
Look at
There we
that.
go.
I like
Look
that
at
a lot.
Number 8,
That's it, right?
don't be negative.
Yeah.
And I've already I'm 3 into it, and I've already been negative
Yeah.
about 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like that one.
Number 7, respect nature. Number 6, create dignified work for young people. Without opportunities, young people get in trouble. You know what? I think that's Big Spring's issue. I don't think
Yeah.
there's enough fun things to do for young people.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Number 5, make Sunday a holiday. He said Sunday should be for family with the days off, and it's one of the 10 commandments. So that
Just obey the rules.
Exactly.
Monday.
Number 4, have a healthy sense of leisure. Basically, focus on something other than work.
Yeah. I do
like
that. I do that all day, so that's fine with me.
No, that's hard when you work in
That's not
radio.
leisure when you do it all day.
That's lazy.
Number 3, proceed calmly. And it's just don't get rash about anything.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Number 2, be generous and giving. So, and I think everyone here has been generous and giving. We like to give back to the community.
Yeah.
So we could probably do more, but I think we've all done some. And number 1, live and let live.
There you go.
And I mean,
YOLO.
Isn't that a Paul McCartney song? Well, it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, I like this Pope.
Yeah.
He said, I like this Pope.
I do.
No, he's hip. He's hip hop.
We have a
He's
hipster
hip
for a
hop
Pope.
anonymous.
Hip hop?
Had to.
Hip hop anonymous?
You know what? This wasn't on the Pope's list, but there should be another number 11 on the Pope's list.
Should be. What's that?
Don't take photos in the bathroom if you own the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Probably, especially if you've been married for over 50 years. Like
Jerry Jones is doing it wrong.
If you're just being brought up on this story, Gooney had it in the sports news, and if you missed it on the internet, Jerry Jones apparently has been taking some photos. He's been married for 51 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that by itself is amazing.
Right.
Jerry Jones is 71 years old,
Yeah.
and he's seen in a bunch of lewd photos with some 20-something-year-old girls.
Right.
And it was released yesterday on Deadspin. Now, the story behind the photos are even more bizarre than the photos because,
Right.
I mean, it's kind of weird seeing Jerry Jones in that light because, I mean, he's always serious, kind of in control.
Right.
And this, to me, seems like kind of an out-of-control situation for him.
Exactly.
He didn't make a comment all day yesterday. We might hear something from him today. We don't know.
Yeah.
But the story behind it was he was extorted, and this guy got the photos, partnered with the girl, and they extorted some money.
Right.
And he moved away. Well, when he moved, his roommate also knew about the photos.
Okay.
Got the photos off of his computer.
Wow.
And then he held on to him for a little while, and he too was going to try to get to Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
But apparently he couldn't get to Jerry Jones, so he wrote this manifesto, which is just writings of the insane. I mean, we're talking like my license plate number is this, and it was this date.
Wow.
And I was 20-something years old whenever I passed by your stadium. It was meant to be, and I could have sold these photos to TMZ, but I'm going to give these photos to you to save you, and you just have to help me. Apparently, he just had problems getting the Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones isn't accessible as he would have liked him to be. And either that or this guy didn't try because the other guy was successful.
Right.
And so these photos, I guess he just finally said, you know what, here, somebody have the photos because I can't do anything with them.
Just got frustrated and turned them over for free.
Isn't it absolutely insane? You think somebody would have paid for those photos, and this guy just totally botched it.
Wow, way to go, guy.
And so they're released. They're into the public. And, I mean, it's we don't know what the fallout's going to be. I mean, Jerry Jones is a very polarizing figure.
Right.
I mean, this
could be huge.
Out of all the things that could happen to Jerry Jones, I mean, he's been married for 51 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's first and foremost.
Most of his life.
I mean, I wonder, you have to wonder, I mean, how do you explain that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We'll keep you up to date on this story. We'll keep following along. Be sure to get your birthdays and anniversaries into our Facebook page, facebook.com/KBest957. We'll read them live and on the air along with your sweetheart of the day when we return. We got TSN coming up next on KBST AM and FM.
Hi, I'm Joyce at Chokewell Service. We're a family-owned business established in 1957 by Carol and me, serving this community's water well needs with professional service. Licensed by the state of Texas, Chokewell Service works on windmills, submergible pumps, drill water wells for irrigation, domestic, and oil field. We rent generators and pumps. For your water well needs, call us. Chokewell Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business.
Porter said Tuesday that he feels Craddock has the experience necessary for the upcoming legislative session. That deadly explosion last year at the fertilizer plant in West Texas was the motivation for a bill going before the State House Homeland Security Committee. TSN's Austin Bureau Chief Chris Fox says it targets ammonium nitrate and its storage.
It was ammonium nitrate that exploded in West. 15 people lost their lives, and we don't want this to happen. Definitely. Well, again, the State House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Joe Pickett's new potential legislation is geared at the storage of ammonium nitrate. The latest draft would rely on the creation of a new advisory rulemaking committee instead of using old national fire codes.
And it would have fire chiefs on there, local governments, the ag business, state agencies. We wind up with some minimal regulations, but what I also think is necessary.
Pickett hopes to have the new law in place by 2016. In Austin, Chris Fox, TSN News.
Texas A&M's leading rusher of all time could spend the next 30 years of time in federal prison. Darren Lewis has pleaded guilty to federal charges related to armed robberies in the Dallas area 2 years ago. His accomplice, Christopher Washington, has also entered a guilty plea. The two are to be sentenced in September. And Texas has set an all-time high for the number of kids graduating from high school on time. The Texas Education Agency's Debbie Ratcliffe says the number is 88%. For the class of 2013.
That's up a full 10 percentage points from 2007.
And the number is also showing all-time highs for Hispanic students and African-American students in Texas schools. The State Fair Classic football game is an annual event pitting Prairie View A&M against Grambling State at the State Fairgrounds in Dallas. The city's park board is to vote tomorrow on a 5-year extension that would keep the game at the Cotton Bowl through 2025. The general manager of Fair Park in Dallas says the game, as well as the Red River Classic, are critical to the Cotton Bowl's future. The stadium is also used for the Heart of Dallas Bowl the day after Christmas. The extension would keep the payments at to the schools at current levels. This is TSN News.
Honey, I'm going to handle this real estate deal on my own.
Yeah, don't do that.
Why not?
Do you have any idea what it costs to defend a lawsuit?
Well, that's a vote of confidence.
Look at this contract. It's 9 pages.
Can't be that complicated.
No? What's an escrow fee?
Something to do with money?
What about paragraph 4, section A, subsection 2? Which box should we check there?
Well, I think...
And what about price?
I'll use one of those online pricing.
Don't even think about it, Hotshot. I want someone who knows what they're doing, can advise us on our options, and won't let anything slip through the cracks. We're hiring a Texas realtor.
That's what I meant when I said I'd handle it on my own. I'll find a Texas realtor on texasrealestate.com. You think I'm an idiot? Don't answer that. It's rhetorical.
When you're ready for accurate, reliable information from a real estate expert, hire a Texas realtor. To find a Texas realtor, visit texasrealestate.com.
Nigeria's health minister says his country has confirmed 6 more cases of Ebola, including a nurse who has died from the virus. All 6 had direct contact with a man who flew into Lagos last month after contracting the virus. Patrick Sawyer died of Ebola 5 days after that. U.S. officials in Afghanistan are preparing to fly the body of Major General Harold Green back home. The 2-star general was killed in an insider attack yesterday that left 15 other people wounded, including 8 Americans. As the investigation into the attack is carried out, another inside attack is being reported in the southern part of Afghanistan. Officials there say an Afghan police officer appears to have drugged 7 of his colleagues and then shot them to death. I'm Mitch Carr on the Texas State Network. This is TSN.
With news every hour, this is KBST AM and FM, Big Spring.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Richard Davies. Right now might be a good time to reset your online passwords. Security experts say a gang of Russian cyber criminals have stolen more than 1 billion usernames and passwords from a number of websites. More from ABC's Scott Goldberg.
As long as your data is somewhere on the internet, you might be affected by this breach, according to the respected Milwaukee firm Hold Security. It says Russian hackers stole 1.2 billion username and password combinations from 420,000 websites. To protect yourself, Michael Gorman, editor-in-chief at Engadget, says you should use just one credit card for all online purchases.
And that way, if you ever see that a database was hacked, all you got to do is cancel one card, and then you know you're secure.
And he says use different passwords for different sites. Scott Goldberg, ABC News.
The body of a 2-star American general shot dead in Afghanistan yesterday could be returned to the U.S. today. ABC's Martha Raddatz says that attack at an international military base was a shock for the Army.
The family is from Falls Church, Virginia. There's an American flag hanging outside the home this morning, 2 stars. visible just inside the window. The family, through a spokesperson, said they consider him a true hero, that he loved what he was doing in Afghanistan.
Major General Harold Green was the man who was shot dead. Nigeria's health minister says the country's confirmed 6 more cases of Ebola, including a nurse who has died from the virus. Ebola has been a major crisis for 3 other West African nations. The driver of a double-decker bus arrested in New York City after a crash with another bus. 14 people were injured in busy Times Square. This man saw it happen.
I saw the light post falling down, and then everybody was like lying down on the ground injured.
The driver was charged with driving while impaired by drugs. This is ABC News.
Your toolbox, a chest full of precious metals that help you do the jobs you love, even basic jobs like changing your oil. But when you change it, go to Advance Auto Parts. This month, get 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional motor oil and a Purelator classic oil filter for only $22.99. Plus, get a $7 Advance Auto Parts gift card by mail. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back to the garage.
Mail-in rebate void where prohibited. See store for details.
Imagine a store that lets you get anything you wanted. An HD flat-screen TV, a high-capacity, ultra-quiet washer and dryer, a complete living room set. And imagine if you didn't need a lick of credit to get it. That store simply believed in you. Imagine if they even delivered it, set it up, and serviced it at no additional cost. Well, that store exists. That's Rent-A-Center. Imagine that. No credit needed. Affordable payment plans. Delivery, setup, and service included. Imagine new possibilities at Rent-A-Center. Rental purchase transaction. See store for details.
The U.S. Army sergeant who spent 5 years being held by the Taliban in Afghanistan will be questioned by a military investigator for the first time today. ABC's Jim Ryan reports.
The first thing that Major General Kenneth Dahl will do is to advise Bo Bergdahl of the charges that he might be facing.
Certainly unauthorized absence, probably desertion.
Military law specialist Brian Buffard.
Depending on what he's found in his investigation, there may be more offenses that he now suspects Sergeant Bergdahl committed.
In a controversial prisoner exchange, Bergdahl was freed from Taliban captivity in May. Bergdahl's lawyer says his client is mentally prepared for today's meeting. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
A breakthrough in space. A comet-chasing space probe has reached its destination after more than a 10-year journey. The European Space Agency's Rosetta has completed a rendezvous with a comet called 67P. I'm Richard Davies. ABC News.
Elrod's Furniture is having a great sale on its Lazy Boy recliners. We have teamed up with Lazy Boy to get some terrific savings on our in-stock recliners. Lots of fabric and lots of colors on Lazy Boy's best-selling product. And remember, layaway is available at Elrod's Furniture. Things have changed since the first recliner came out in 1928. For over 80 years, the Lazy Boy brand has been synonymous with comfort and quality. With Lazy Boy's patented 3-position leg rest, independent back recline, and 18 tilt positions, you will get the comfort and support you want. So come in and see why Lazy Boy is endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association for its back and lumbar support. Come in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
It's never too late to enroll at New Hope Christian School for newborns through 12. New Hope offers a Becca curriculum with loving Christian teachers, after-school care, and transportation available for most area schools. Hot, nutritious breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack provided. Stop by 118 Cedar Road or go to newhopebigspring.com. That's www.newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference New Hope can make in your child's future.
We're sending you back to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With kindergarten, first grade, and second grade coming in 2014, they provide a Becca curriculum with certified, loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
Napa Auto Parts in Big Spring is proud to be a supporter of our community and is the leader in auto and truck parts. Napa is the oldest automotive parts dealer in Big Spring and features the most complete line of parts and name brand tools, including the hard-to-find ones. When you need automotive parts and accessories or expert advice, go to the place where the mechanics go. Your local Napa Auto Parts dealer in the Blue Brick Building at 4th and Greg Street in Big Spring.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
Mark Lowry is coming your way.
I used to have ADHD, but y'all, I dropped the H. I'm too old to be that hyper. I'm now just attention deficit disorder. And what was I talking about?
The Music and Madness Tour. Mark Lowry in concert featuring Jason Krabs. And the Martins. 7 o'clock this Thursday night at First Baptist Church in Big Spring.
Mary, did you know?
Tickets are available at First Baptist Church, online at marklowry.com, and by phone at 855-223-1008.
People my age are having babies now. By the time the babies are out of diapers, the parents are in them.
Hey, this is Mark Lowry, and we're coming to see you. Some things never change.
7 o'clock this Thursday night at First Baptist.
My name is Phil, and this is my Alon road trip. Fina is now Alon. My crew and I are traveling to each store, bringing a new name, new signs, and a new attitude. Follow me at myalon.com. Enter to win free gas and prizes. Play our Facebook games. Apply for an Alon credit card at myalon.com. myalon.com. Enter to win free gas and prizes. Play our Facebook games. Apply for an Alon credit card at myalon.com. myalon.com. And I'll see you along the way.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry.
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the S'mores Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
This is Marge Carpenter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my program, Ryan Fence, named after that column I did back in the 70s. Ever since 1994, it's been on this radio station the last Wednesday of the month at 8:15 in the morning. We talk about what's happening in Big Spring. We talk about sometimes what ought to be happening in Big Spring. But most of all, we talk about what used to happen in Big Spring because it has so much history.
Hear the history and more on Ride and Fence with Marge Carpenter every last Wednesday of the month, right here on KBST. With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. I'm Garen Skates with your K-Best Radio Group News. It's Wednesday, August the 6th. The time is 7:09, and it's 78 degrees on the outside of the KBST studios. Your complete weather forecast is coming up. United States Congressman Randy Nagebauer held a town hall meeting in Big Spring yesterday. KBST news reporter Kayla Kay was there.
Thanks, Garen. I attended the town hall listening session at Howard College yesterday with Congressman Nagebauer. There were approximately 80 people in attendance, and some opening speeches were given by Dr. Cheryl Sparks and Mayor Larry McClellan. Congressman Nagebauer did answer questions about something he's been working on, like reforms to the Endangered Species Act, as well as funding for schools, concerns from veterans about the VA hospital, unaccompanied children crossing the border, and I also got to speak with him about the lawsuit filed on the president about the Affordable Care Act.
What we know is the Affordable Care Act was a bill that was passed by the House and the Senate and signed by the President, so it's the law of the land. But the President, because it's been difficult to implement and the bill has a lot of flaws, has been trying to implement parts of it, not implement parts of it, in order to try to salvage this bill. And what we're saying is, Mr. President, that the law, this is the law, and that you can't selectively enforce the law and you can't change the law. And that's not the way the Constitution was written. If the bill has got a problem and you need to fix it, then the proper way to go back through the legislative process and make those changes, and that the president doesn't have the authority to arbitrarily make those changes on his own. And so we're basically asking the courts to determine the constitutionality of the president's making arbitrary changes to what is the law of the land.
And I'm Kayla Kay reporting for KBST News.
From our news partner, CBS News 7, a decision by Martin County Sheriff John Woodward to purchase new police vehicles without consulting the county sparked a heated debate in yesterday's county commissioner meeting. The county says that Sheriff John Woodward did not follow the proper bidding procedure, which caused a heated debate on the purchase and involved an out-of-county dealer. One commissioner stated that it was a Class B misdemeanor for knowingly or intentionally avoiding bid requirements. The sheriff responded with a remark concerning threatening a public servant and advanced toward the commissioner during the meeting. The sheriff said he was authorized to make the purchase under an exception that allows purchases for public safety. A man in Austin is lucky to be alive after surviving a 70-foot fall at the University of Texas. The man fell 7 stories from a building near the UT Tower. It is believed he only suffered a broken leg, but emergency officials are making sure he does not have more serious injuries. The man is not a UT student. Keep Big Spring Beautiful and HEB are inviting everyone to join them to help in the beautifying efforts at Comanche Trail Lake. They are asking volunteers to meet at 9 a.m. Saturday, August the 23rd at the Dora Roberts Community Center. You are asked to bring rakes and gloves. Call Peggy Hopper at 214-773-6775 for more information. Leadership Big Spring has announced that their first class will be September the 11th. Applications that have gone out by mail are due back to the Chamber of Commerce by August the 15th. Space is limited, so if you need an application, call the Chamber office at 263-7641. Texas Department of Public Safety troopers made more than 1,000 DWI arrests during a special enforcement period that spanned 11 days and included the July 4th holiday. DPS enforcement also resulted in more than 15,000 speeding citations, which included more than 2,500 seatbelt child safety seat citations and over 1,000 fugitive and felony arrests. If you're the parent or guardian of a Big Spring ISD student in grades 1 through 5, please stop by the elementary campus. The student will be attending this fall before August the 15th and bring proof of residency. Any monthly bill or bank statement with the street address will work. Meet the teacher night for all elementary campuses will be Thursday, August the 21st. Contact the registration office at 264-3622 for more information. Registration begins August the 19th and school begins August the 25th. Join some of our K-Best personalities at this Saturday's Relay for Life Men in Black event. The Sid Richardson Carbon and Energy Team Brisket and Beans Cook-Off will be held at the Big Spring Eagles Lodge. Entries are to be turned in by 4 p.m., and plates will be available for a donation. There's also a beanbag tournament with team sign-ups beginning at noon and play beginning at 2 p.m. So head on out for a good cause this Saturday and say hello to some of our K-Best personalities. And a look at local obituaries, H.C. Rowden, age 80 of Big Spring, died Monday, August the 4th. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements are by Myers & Smith Funeral Home, and online condolences may be placed at myersandsmith.com. Nell Beard, age 91 of Big Spring, died Tuesday, August the 5th. Grade 5 services will be at 10 a.m. Friday at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. Arrangements are under the direction of Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Online condolences may be made at myersandsmith.com. Sidney Francis Hurt, age 88, died August the 4th. A rosary will be held tomorrow at 7 p.m. at St. Lawrence Catholic Church. Funeral Mass will be at 10 a.m. Friday at St. Lawrence Catholic Church. Interment will follow in the St. Lawrence Cemetery. Arrangements are under Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at npwelch.com. Funeral services for James Jim Reese will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Nally Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel. Arrangements are under Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be made at npwelch.com. Funeral services for Dina Kadeen Walden, age 97, will be today at 2:30 p.m. at the Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home here in Big Spring. Visitation is prior to the service from 10 a.m. until noon. Arrangements are under the Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be made at npwelch.com. Betty Ruth Green, age 85 of Big Spring, formerly of Jal, New Mexico, died Friday, August the 1st. Funeral services will be held at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time today at the Jal Church of Christ. Interment will follow at the Giles Cemetery. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be made at npwelch.com. Your KBS News time is 7:16. This portion of your news is brought to you by Myers & Smith Funeral Home. We'll be back with sports and a look at your weather right after this.
If you've ever lost someone close to you, you'll know how important compassion is in a difficult time.
At the ceremony, their warmth and kindness meant everything to me.
Just that little extra kindness and consideration that makes the moment easier. Our caring staff will help you make your plans with sensitivity, compassion, and respect.
Myers & Smith Funeral Home and Chapel.
Your KBST news time is 7:17. Now a look at sports with our KBST sports director, Gooney.
Thanks, Garen. The Texas Rangers got a huge win last night in Chicago against the White Sox. They got the bats going early and never let up. Adrian Beltre got it going early in the first inning.
He swings and clouts one to deep left field. That ball is crushed, and that ball is history. A two-run homer for Adrian Beltre, his 16th of the year. It's 3-0 Texas.
Chirino's got his in the second.
Danks turns on the rubber and lets it fly. And Chirino swings and hits one deep. Center field, Eaton going back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. That ball is history. Dead central over the 400 sign. A home run for Robinson Chirinos. It is 4-0 Rangers.
The final score from Chicago, Texas 16. Game 3 of that series today with the first pitch at 1:10. And that game can be heard on the mighty 1490 KBST AM. The Houston Astros lost to the Phillies last night 2-1. Game 2 tonight at 6:05. In minor league baseball, the Midland Rockhounds fell to Tulsa last night 5-4. Game 2 of that series tonight from Citibank Ballpark in Midland with the first pitch at 6:30. The San Antonio coach to help out Coach Popovich this year, and it's making history. Becky Hammond, a current WNBA player with the San Antonio Stars, is going to be the first female coach to coach in the NBA. Confident that her basketball IQ, work ethic, and interpersonal skills will be a great benefit to the Spurs. Owner Jerry Jones is in some hot water after some provocative pictures have surfaced showing the Cowboys owner with several younger women. Jerry Jones has been married for 51 years. And in sports, the Big Spring Youth Soccer Association has announced signups for the 2014 fall season. Signups are going to be held at Springtown Plaza. Saturdays that the signups will be going on are August 9th, the 16th, and 23rd. That's happening from 10 to 3. And during the week of August 18th through the 22nd from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Cost is $75 for all divisions, and kids must be between the ages of 3 and 16 on August 1st. And the YMCA is holding their youth flag football registration from August 4th through the 31st. They'll be having 2 special weekend signups on the 16th and 23rd of August. They'll be at Hibbett Sports here in Big Spring, Texas. They'll have coupons to pass out during the sign-up. Kids aged 3 to 5 and 6 to 8. Prices are going to be $50 for YMCA members, $60 for non-YMCA members. For more information, contact the Y or Dathan at 267-8234. And the U.S. National Hang Gliding Competition is now underway at the Big Spring Air Park. After yesterday's competition, Zach Majors is now in the lead, the winner from last year. The competition is going to continue throughout the week, and you can keep up with it by using the live tracking tool found at kbestmedia.com. And season tickets for the 2014 Steer varsity football season are on sale at the Big Spring ATC. Ticket books are only $20, and that includes 4 home games. They're available Monday through Thursday between 7:30 and 3:30 and must be purchased by August 14th. For more information on this and more, log on to kbestmedia.com. This is Gooney in the KBest Sports Center.
KBS News time is 7:20. A complete look at our Howard County weather right after this.
This is your Action News reporter again at the scene of Back in Motion Chiropractic, where another amazing incident seems to have occurred. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened here at Back in Motion?
Yeah, I did. He looked like an ordinary man, but I believe he was a superhero. He took Ethel's head and adjusted her neck real gentle-like, and she came out a-smiling. Took her pain away in a flash. Come back here, Ethel!
There you have it. Pain has once again been eliminated at Back in Motion Chiropractic.
KBST News Time is 7:21. And a look at your Howard County weather. Mostly sunny skies and hot today, a high around 98 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low around 74. Tomorrow and Thursday, mostly sunny and hot, a high around the Century Market, 100 degrees. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low around 75. And on Friday, mostly sunny and a high near 96. Friday night, partly cloudy skies and a low around 73. The KBST News Time is 7:22. Coming up, local birthdays and the sweetheart of the day on Gooney in the Morning, right after this on KBST.
Our home, it's one of the biggest investments we ever make. I'm Kelly Seals from United Country Heart of the City Realtors. With over 12 years of real estate experience, I have the expertise to help you, whether buying a home or selling your existing property. Call me today and let's make your home buying or selling dreams come true. United Country Realtors, because nobody knows the country like we do.
Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
These cheesy bread dogs are great. The cheese is baked into the bun.
Oh, yeah, the bun's the best part.
Well, what about the hot dog?
Oh, yeah, the hot dog's the best part.
You can't have more than one best part.
Yeah, I totally can. Like, I have many best qualities. I'm frugal, I'm kind to those in need, and I can levitate for short periods of time.
No, that's called jumping.
Oh, cool, you already got a name for it.
Every part's the best part. New cheesy bread dogs. This is how you Sonic. For limited time, only participating Sonic drive-ins. Call Star Sonic for specials. Not all carriers are covered. Messenger data rates apply.
Your body's in good shape, but is your mouth? Ask Dr. Amy Reese at 710 South Main in Big Spring. Dr. Reese and her caring, courteous professional staff provide quality dental care for the entire family, from teeth cleaning to the smallest dental procedure to full rehabilitation, involving crowns, bridges, implants, and partials. You only have one set of teeth, and Dr. Reese can help you keep them for a lifetime. Let Dr. Amy Reese get your mouth in shape, now accepting new patients.
Have you been looking for the perfect job? The Paint and Safety Store in Big Spring is looking for you. We're looking for the right someone to join our team. We offer competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement. If you're good with people, enjoy helping others, have good computer skills, we'd like to talk to you about our inside sales position. It's a full-time job with 40 hours every week and weekends off. Put that together with competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement, and the Paint and Safety Store could become your new favorite job. Apply today at the Paint and Safety Store, 201 South Benton in Big Spring.
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
It's showtime! All right, showtime.
Showtime. It's showtime.
It's showtime!
It's showtime.
Showtime. Showtime.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Hurry up.
Broadcasting live from the K-Best studios in the Spring City. It's the morning show you wake up to hear. Gooney in the Morning with Gooney.
It's hard to think of words in the morning.
And Heather.
And I'm dyslexic and ADD.
Yeah.
Whoa.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That escalated quickly.
Are you ready? It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM.
Yeah, like I don't care.
Baby, by the way, we're halfway through the week, folks. It is Wednesday, August the 6th, 7:25 here at the KBS Studios. Gooney here with you, getting you up and on your way this morning. I want to give a shout-out this morning to everybody listening in Fillmore. Yeah, how about that shout-out?
Hope you're listening, Billmore.
We had some listeners in Knott yesterday. We got Heather in the house.
Awesome. Hey, guys.
Fillmore has to represent after not represented yesterday.
They're going to have to.
Not only did we talk about Knott on the morning show, and then a resident from Knott actually tweeted and said that they were listening. Not only that, but my guest, the Statesboro Review, the singer Stuart, he sent a shout out to Wes and Knott because he wrote a song about the oil field, and Wes was the inspiration.
Oh, that's cool.
So yesterday was like Knott Day.
It was. How about that?
Yay.
Well, today is going to be Fillmore Day. So all I don't know. Maybe there's less people in Belmore than not, I think.
How can there be less than 2?
There's less than 2. We got 1 in Belmore less than this one. Oh, shout out. All of you folks that are in these little towns surrounding Big Spring are what make Howard County Howard County. If it wasn't for you, it would just be Big Spring.
They're the flavor.
Yeah, you got to add a little salt and pepper in there.
Yeah.
A little flavor.
And pepper seed.
Yeah. I want to remind everybody that this portion of Gooney in the Morning is brought to you by Parks Insurance Agency. Parks Insurance Agency, located there at 900 Main Street. They've been here since 1935.
A long time.
They're one of the oldest agencies here in Big Spring. And the great thing about them is they're locally owned, and they have access to so many insurance companies. They can get you hooked up with Liberty Mutual, Progressive, the Hartford, Travelers, Allstate. They have access to all of those right there. So just go down there. They'll get you hooked up. If you need home, auto, motorcycle, business insurance, any of that, just get on down there. Ask for Mike Richardson. Great guy. He'll help you out. You can give him a call at 267-5504. Once again, that's Parks Insurance Agency. They're at 900 Main Street here in Big Spring. Let's do some birthdays.
Wow.
Yeah, let's
do some
Let's
birthdays.
do some birthdays.
Let me find them right quick. Here on the Facebook, we have Vanessa Biaba. She's wishing a happy birthday to Jody Bennett. Happy birthday, Jody. Then we have Betty Martinez on here wishing a happy birthday to Barbara Martinez Zuniga. That's from Classic Cleaners down there. Happy birthday, Barbara. If you're having a birthday or anniversary out there today, we here at Gooney in the Morning want to wish you a very special birth-anniversary. Who's the sweetheart today, Heather?
Our sweetheart for the day is Sandy McCutcheon.
Well, congratulations to Miss Sandy. She'll be receiving a beautiful rose in a bud vase from the fine folks at Faye's Flowers. If you happen to see Sandy today, be sure to thank her for everything she does. Congratulate her on getting Sweetheart of the Day and give her $1. Every Tuesday here on Gooney in the Morning. We did it yesterday. We'll do it next Tuesday. We give away a free meal for 2 down at Brenda's Hilltop Cafe, 1307 East 4th Street. Brenda's is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 8. Since today is Wednesday, their lunch special from 11 to 3, chicken fried steak. You can't go wrong with a good chicken fried steak.
Never.
And then tonight from 4 to 8, their dinner special, all you can eat sirloin steak for only $13.15 down at Brenda's Hilltop Cafe.
Well, I know what I'm having for lunch today.
Yeah, some chicken fry.
Yeah.
A little bit of chicken fry.
Can't go wrong with it.
You really can't. You really can't. I wonder if we ever actually got Alex to go do that all-you-can-eat steak. We tried that for like a year.
I wouldn't send him down there. I mean, I like Brenda better than that. Have you seen him eat?
I have.
Constantly.
No, you gotta. The first time we ever went out to eat with Alex, we had went and had some barbecue sandwiches, and he crushed 3 of them. Just bam, bam, bam.
Not only
and then ate all of our dessert.
Not only did he do that, he goes, you know what? How big are they? He asked. It's not like he ordered 3 sandwiches like everybody else is ordering combos and things, and because it's just easier. And he's like, How big are those barbecue sandwiches? And they're like, what's this big? I mean, the size of like a good size like saucer.
Yeah.
And I mean, just bigger than your standard. I mean, way bigger than like a Big Mac.
Right.
And they're just like, he's like, okay, I'll have 3 of those.
Yeah.
And everybody, I mean, the waitress goes, what?
We just because we had
orders 3.
Yeah, we had known Alex, but maybe a month and a half, and we all just stopped what we're doing. We're like, what? This guy.
Hey, Gooney,
what we got?
Coming up, I'm going to let you know about Texas Tech. They have a new food truck that's going around campus that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And you don't want to miss You're Doing It Wrong for today. We got a very cool one coming up.
That's awesome. Yeah, and it's not Jerry Jones. Even though he's doing it wrong, it's not Jerry Jones. We have a new one for you all. That's cool.
Hilarious.
Jerry Jones is a whole new thing by himself.
Yeah, right. Hey, also be sure to sign up for the K-Best Club. We'll be giving away those tickets to Music and Madness. You have to know the secret word of the day and be the first to call in when we ask for it. Also, we'll have Belinda Bolter coming up on K-Best 95.7 along with the NASCAR Minute.
Choices. This is what you will get with Parks Agency. Why shop anywhere else for insurance when Parks Agency is a one-stop shop? Get your home, auto, motorcycle, and your business quoted with almost any national insurance company such as Allstate, Travelers, Liberty Mutual, and Progressive, just to name a few. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, and all of us here at the Parks Agency have been devoted to our customers and our community since 1935. We work for you. Stop by 900 Main or call us at 267-5504 and you experience the difference of choice.
his footing or something led to his fall. He was doing preventative maintenance on the above-ground train system. The man's name has not immediately been released. Texas A&M's all-time leading rusher could spend the next 30 years in a federal prison. Darren Lewis has pleaded guilty to federal charges related to armed robberies in the Dallas area 2 years ago. He and an accomplice will be sentenced in September. The deadly explosion at the fertilizer plant in West prompted lawmakers to begin working on changes in the laws governing the storage of ammonium nitrate. TSN's Austin Bureau Chief Chris Fox says the latest draft promotes a less is more philosophy.
Shortly after the explosion, there was pressure on the House Homeland Security Committee to create tougher storage rules.
I want to embarrass some of my colleagues, and a few of them have some concerns that we're creating all this bureaucracy.
Committee Chair Joe Pickett back in June. The latest draft of the legislation, a bit less aggressive. Instead of relying on tough national fire codes, it would create a new rulemaking advisory committee.
We wind up with some minimal, Mr. Flynn, regulations, but what I also think is necessary.
It will be at least 3 years until we see any changes in the rules for storing ammonium nitrate. In Austin, Chris Fox, TSN News.
An East Texas animal hoarder had to give up more than 70 animals in May, is now facing new accusations.
Upshur County Constable Jean Dolly says Linda Luker of Gladewater had to release her 64 dogs, 6 cats, and horse in May to the SPCA. He says they'd been kept in terrible conditions. She claims she'd been trying to rescue the animals. Now, she has been arrested on an animal cruelty charge. He says she apparently didn't learn any lessons in the interim.
She has gathered up 3 dogs and a cat already, and she was going around asking folks to give her the animals that they didn't want, telling them that she was a rescue group.
Luker has been fined $20,000. Dolly says this is a sad case and he feels sorry for her. Barbara Schwartz, TSN News.
2 of the 10 most vigilant cities in the country are in Texas. It's a report from MyLife.com, checking crime rates and other data for the 100 largest cities in the nation. El Paso was named most vigilant. The city of Plano in Collin County was rated at number 10. Still to come on TSN Morning News Break, a hearing for Bo Bergdahl today. That's next.
Texans have a life-threatening emergency. Every second counts. How soon can you get to an emergency room? Aerovac Life Team. Our mission is saving lives and saving Texans money. When you buy our membership, instead of an air ambulance flight costing you thousands of dollars, you pay nothing more. Join America's fastest-growing air medical membership program.
Call Mary Frances Malone for membership information. 270-3002. That's 270-3000.
This is Tumbleweed Smith. I love to get in my car and drive across Texas. The state has mountains and seashore and trees galore, city lights and prairie sites, and a sky you wouldn't believe. I've been to a chili cook-off, an armadillo race, and I've eaten cookies cooked in coon oil. I've been to Bump, Nose, Two Egg, and Hot, and even Houston. I've been to Terlingua, Lukenbach, Bigfoot, and Happy. The sound of Texas.
Weekdays at 8:15 a.m. on KBST.
Welcome back to Morning News Breaks. Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl will be interviewed at Fort Sam Houston today by a general heading an investigation into how Bergdahl became a prisoner of the Taliban in Afghanistan. Former Army attorney Greg Rinke says the general could recommend that Bergdahl stand trial.
He can also recommend that he go through a medical disability retirement. If he feels that there's mental health issues here that somehow impacted him walking off of the fire base.
Bergdahl's lawyer has said he will cooperate. And Texas A&M's Vice President for Finance and Administration is resigning at the end of August. B.J. Crane's email didn't give a reason, only saying her decision will allow her to transition to another phase after 31 years with the A&M system. The news comes with less than a month or so before the fall semester begins. Crane's email said interim President Mark Hussey is expected to have news on her successor by the end of this month. The latest anti-immigrant vote occurred at Rusk County, where commissioners have voted to pass a resolution against housing illegal immigrant children. County Judge Joe Hale says the resolution is not enforceable, but it does show the county's stance on the situation.
We're just simply requesting that if there are going to be any young people, minors, any illegal immigrants housed in the county, that they have an agreement with the county ahead of time and that we get reimbursed for the housing.
The next head of the Texas Railroad Commission could be the daughter of a former Texas House Speaker. Commissioner David Porter has said he'll be asking that Christy Craddock, the daughter of Tom Craddock, become chairwoman at the panel's next meeting next Tuesday. The current leader, Barry Smitherman, will step down when his term ends this year. The Railroad Commission oversees the state's oil and gas industry, and Porter said Tuesday he feels Craddock has the experience necessary for the upcoming legislative session. Craddock worked for her father as a political and legal advisor until being elected to the Railroad Commission 2 years ago. Well, Texas is setting some records when it comes to the high school graduation rates.
Our schools did really well this year. For the class of 2013, we set a new all-time high with our graduation rate of 88%.
The Texas Education Agency's Debbie Ratcliffe says graduation rates for Hispanic students are reflecting an all-time high at 85%, and for African-American students at 84%. She credits graduation programs and dropout prevention programs for the increase. Texas Child Protective Services is putting out an urgent warning to parents. The basic message: don't sleep in the same bed with your newborn.
More than 180 infants have died so far this year in Texas while sleeping in a bed with one or both parents, already a higher number than in all of 2013. CPS spokeswoman Julie Moody says most of the deaths happened when a sleeping parent rolled over onto the baby.
When you combine the exhaustion of taking care of it, oftentimes parents just sleep really hard, and there is a risk of rolling over and suffocating the baby.
Many families say sleeping together encourages bonding, and it's easier to breastfeed a fussy infant when mom is right there. In San Antonio, Jim Forsyth, TSN News.
The Texas Racing Commission has postponed a decision on a controversial plan that would allow people to bet on horse races that have already happened.
They're calling it historical racing, where horse racing tracks would set up terminals that are similar to slot machines, and people could place wagers on old races on video playback with some of the identifying information removed. Critics say they're too much like slot machines. One state lawmaker has asked for a ruling on whether the Racing Commission has the authority to approve the machines. The proposal was scheduled to go before the Racing Commission next week, but it's not on the commission's agenda after all. The Fort Worth Star-Telegram reports one member of the commission wants more time to review the feedback they've received from the public, which includes more than 13,000 comments. Stephen Pickering, TSN News.
A Fort Worth doctor who graduated from Abilene Christian University and a missionary from North Carolina, both infected with Ebola in Liberia, seem to be improving after being given an experimental serum. Dr. Kenneth Brantley and Nancy Wrightbull are undergoing treatment in Atlanta at Emory University's hospital. Dr. Gerald Parker is Vice President for Public Health Preparedness and Response at A&M's Health Science Center. He heads an operation which will develop and manufacture vaccines.
It's very encouraging to see that there is an Ebola vaccine candidate that hopefully will be able to go into phase 1 clinical trials as early as this fall. I think that's a very, very encouraging sign.
Parker's project now works on influenza vaccines, but he says the group stands ready to help if called on to help with Ebola vaccine development. Still to come, the other side of the news on Texas in the Morning.
Park Place Retirement Living offers real apartments with the privacy and security everyone wants. Public spaces invite social interaction, from activities and entertainment to dining with friends in a comfortable environment. It's the Herald Reader's Choice for best retirement home. It's cost competitive, roomy, and comfortable. Come by soon. Visit with Amanda Cole Calvio and feel safe in your new home. Park Place, 501 West 17th, Big Spring.
My name is Phil, and this is my Alon road trip. Fina is now Alon. My crew and I are traveling to each store, bringing a new name, new signs, and a new attitude. Follow me at myalon.com. Enter to win free gas and prizes. Play our Facebook games. Apply for an Alon credit card at myalon.com. Myalon.com. Enter to win free gas and prizes. Play our Facebook games. Apply for an Alon credit card at myalon.com. Myalon.com. And I'll see you along the way.
And now the other side of the news.
The expression thinking outside the box, that is not limited to the boardroom. Just ask Derek Klingenberg. He's a rancher from Peabody, Kansas.
I just come up with weird ideas, and I thought it'd be fun to try it.
During the annual Summer Roundup, which can be a little challenging unless you do it with a trombone.
We feed them a little bit of food to try to gather them so it's easier to round them up. And so I decided to play my trombone every time I did it, and so that I could call them all in that way with my trombone.
And so there was Derek this past Sunday morning, sitting out in the middle of the pasture in a lawn chair, rounding up the herd.
It was just fun to play for a bunch of cattle.
He says his song of choice is Royals by the singer Lord.
But every song's like gold teeth, gray goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball counts, trash in the hotel room. We don't care.
It's like ringing the dinner bell.
Some of them had to run probably half a mile or more.
But run they did.
They kind of looks like they like listening to it.
Well, you're not bad, you know.
Yeah, I was better in college.
That would be Kansas State, where Derek was in the marching band. Maybe you should try the Kansas State fight song.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's what everybody's telling me. They're like, why didn't you do that?
But in the meantime, Derek says he's fine performing solo and fielding media calls from around the world.
Well, yeah, I've had a lot of Europe, and then New Zealand's all excited about it because that's where Lord is from.
Maybe she'll give him a call.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not worth her time.
Just don't tell that to the cattle. And I'm Mike Rogers with the other side of the news on TSN.
Thank you, Mike. And now Chris Schneider takes a look at sports.
Thank you, Mitch. Good morning. It was an eventful night for both the Rangers and the Astros. Rangers with their best game of the year, beating up on the White Sox 16-0. Robinson Chirinos homered twice. Aaron Sebia, Beltre, Sinshu Chu also went deep. Rangers had a season high in runs scored, 16-0 the win. Phillies beat the Astros 2-1 in 15 long innings. That game lasted 5 hours and 5 minutes. In the meantime, the Cowboys and Texans getting ready for their first preseason games, and they're coming fast. Cowboys catch a train today. They travel down the California coast. They will play the Chargers tomorrow night, and it'll be a Saturday game for the Houston Texans. Their first preseason game will be in Arizona. San Antonio Spurs have hired WNBA star Becky Hammon as an assistant coach. Coach Popovich says he's impressed with her. Chris Schneider, TSN Sports.
And with Morning News Break, I'm Mitch Carr, TSN News.
Convenient, personalized dental care at an exceptional value for the entire family. That's the foundation of Abbeville Dentistry. Our doctors make it easy for you to get the quality dental care you deserve on your schedule and your budget. Abbeville Dentistry has been providing locally owned, state-of-the-art dentistry to the community with services like same-day appointments and cleanings and extractions. At Abbeville Dentistry, we don't believe you should have to pay anything to find out what's wrong. That's why your new patient exam, x-rays, and consultation have always been free. That's a $278 value. We offer an in-office savings plan, are providers for the Affordable Care Act, and accept most insurance. Schedule your appointment today. Call 432-271-3046. That's 432-271-3046. Or visit BigSpringSmiles.com. Experience the difference. Experience Abbeville Dentistry. Offer not valid with third-party remuneration. Doctors Youngblood Shar, Capella General Dentist, Abbeville, LLC.
Now just swinging at the whistling line drive to left center field. The base hit is taken on the second.
Baseball is America's national sport, with more words written about it than any other sport.
Here comes the pitch, and there goes the line drive.
It is exciting to watch a game.
There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be...
When you're getting ready to go to a game, check your vehicle. If you need a part, call Westex at 263-5000. The folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
Now it's time for the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning and 87 Auto Sales on the K-Best Morning Program.
That's right. It's time for the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by 87 Auto Sales and Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning. I got Dale Coates and Tim Knox on the line right now. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How are y'all doing today?
Oh, just loving living in America.
That's what I like to hear right there. Well, guys, we got the Watkins Glen race coming up, and this is always a fun race, but it's also one of the tricky ones because it's one of the road courses, and you never really know who's going to win these.
Well, it is tricky, Gooney. You're right. I mean, not only is it a road course, it's what they call a high-speed road course race, and it's a little different than some of the others because they run a really high speeds at this track, and it takes a pretty special race car driver, somebody with some background in this type of racing, usually does a lot better.
Right.
I'm not ruling out Jeff Gordon and some of the naturals that are in the NASCAR series forever, but there's some other guys out there you might want to watch for. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but I know who they are.
Of course.
Well, it is, and you know, I know we rehash this conversation every year, but it's a fun kind of little kink in the works, if you will, as far as something different, you know, for these guys, and you know, it kind of showcases some other tracks and maybe brings in some other fans who are more of a fan of the road course type races. And you know, I don't know, Dale, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like every year these guys are getting better and better at these road course races, and instead of it being just, you know, 3 or 4 guys that are really good, you've got some different guys who are doing really well, and the races have actually become a little bit more fun to watch.
Well, I think you're right, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that. I think the double file restart helped out a lot at these road courses, and you're right, the NASCAR drivers as a whole have gotten better at this type of racing. And, you know, there used to be, it wasn't 5 or 6 years ago, Tim, you can remember we just said, well, what ringer are they going to bring in to win this race?
Right.
Well, there is no ringers anymore. I mean, they are your NASCAR drivers, and the ringers they do bring in typically don't get a top 15. So I look for our guys, you know, our guys being the NASCAR guys, it's going to be a winner. I don't see a ringer coming in here. I really don't see a ringer coming in at all, unless it's a park and start type situation. But I love it now. You and I both, Tim, we both about 3 or 4 years ago had the same thought about this. Oh crap, it's a road course. Has football started yet? You know, find something to do. But now it's really gotten to be one of the more exciting races because the restarts are fun, and the fact that the way this chase format is, where there's guys that don't have a win, and this may be their only shot, like AJ Allmendinger or Marcus Ambrose, they get a win here,
or Tony Stewart.
Or right. Tony Stewart, that throws them into the chase. So if you don't think this race Sunday's not going to be fun, you're crazy.
Yeah, and it's important, too, and just for that reason you mentioned, there's some guys who this might be their final shot to really have a legitimate chance to get into the chase. So I think you're going to see a little bit of, you know, I don't want to say trickery, but there's going to be some chances taken, I guess. Yeah, you know, so, and that's going to make it a little interesting to see what some of these crew chiefs can do to get some of these guys up front early, because that's key, is getting up there early, because if you can and nothing happens, you stand a lot better chance of winning the race. You're not going to come back from 10 laps down and have a chance to win.
No, you're not. Well, and even be 15 spots down. I mean, this is a spot where good pit calls will make a difference. I mean, you saw Dale Jr. win Pocono last week because of a good pit stop strategy, and I think this race could even be more so done that way.
It definitely can. And Marcus Ambrose, he's sitting right outside the chase bubble there in 17th place without a win this year. Maybe this is his big race this week there at Watkins Glen. Our points right now, Dale, you're in third with 302. Tim, you're right behind him at 299 in second place, and then I'm right under you, 10 behind the 289 in first. We'll make our picks on Friday, guys. This should be an interesting one.
Yes, and this is a fun week. You know, football's going to start again, Gooney. We need to probably sit down and do a football show at some point.
That's right. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. Get it geared up, man. I'm ready for it.
I am too.
But y'all have a fantastic rest of the week. We'll talk with you more on Friday, all right?
Yeah, have a good one.
Have a good one. There's Dale Coates and Tim Knox there with the NASCAR Minute.
Summer is here, and it's hot, and so are the savings at 87 Auto Sales with over 250 pre-owned cars, pickups, and SUVs to choose from. They finance their customers right there at the dealership, so you can drive away the very same day in the vehicle of your choice. 87 Auto Sales has the right vehicles for your needs. Serving West Texas since 1972, 87 Auto Sales on the corner of 3rd and Greg Street in Big Spring.
Right on the corner and right on the price.
87 Auto Sales.
Don't take a chance with your family's comfort. Trust Delcoats Heating and Air Conditioning. We provide our customers with quality products at a reliable service. Hi, I'm Delcoats, here to tell you not to wait till the last minute to get your AC serviced. Delcoats Heating and AC offers many services to make sure summer season is comfortable, cool, with low prices and remarkable service. Our products are trusted to bring energy efficient, quiet, and consistent comfort to your home. So don't hesitate. Call Delcoats Heating and AC at 714-4688.
Casablanca would like to thank everyone for voting them the best Mexican food restaurant in town. Casablanca would like to remind everyone that they will be closed from Monday, August 4th through Monday, August 18th for vacation, but will reopen on Tuesday, August 19th and get back to serving those delicious, authentic Mexican dishes you love. Casablanca wants to thank everyone for their business, and they look forward to serving you for years to come. Casablanca, 1005 La Mesa Highway in Big Spring.
Ready for some golf, recreation, and social life? You might be ready for the Big Spring Country Club. There are hundreds of reasons to join. What's important to you? Great golf? Your own swimming pool? Home style, casual, or fine dining? It's okay to ask, what's in the club for me? Because membership isn't for everyone. Is it for you? Find out at the Big Spring Country Club. This could very well be the lifestyle change you're looking for. Call and schedule a visit, 267-8241.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Wait, we're talking about Gooney here. Well, at least he's funny. Sort of.
Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KVSD AM and FM. That was Heather in the house yesterday on her hang gliding.
No, it wasn't, because I didn't scream at all.
Oh, that wasn't you?
It was very composed, calm, and
that.
collected.
Well, Heather's in the house this morning.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back for the last time this morning, Heather. We missed out yesterday because you got to go hang gliding. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. We got Charles Sagona with us. He's
What's
here.
going on?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm here.
Hey, and we have Belinda Bolter on the line this morning. Good morning, Belinda.
Good morning, Gooney. How are you?
Fantastic. You doing okay this morning?
Yes, I am. It was kind of a late night scoring, but everything's going well. And yesterday's winner was Zach Majors. He's a local favorite, I know.
There we go.
Good job,
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah.
It's because I rode with him in the morning.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's right. He gets up early and takes people tandem, and then he goes out and competes and wins.
Wow.
So what can you say?
That's huge right there. Now, Belinda, yesterday everything was kind of pushed back a little bit because you guys, you had the task committee got together and put together the task, and this was going to be a task that could possibly break records, but later on they looked at the weather and it didn't work out that way, so they had to go to an alternate task, which pushed everything back a little bit, right?
That's right. Well, we were trying to start earlier than we had been, so they pushed it back. It ended up being about the normal time. But we're going to try early again today because, in general, the lift has been getting good early. The tow pilots, those guys who are doing the tandem, say there's good lift out there early. You guys could get a good start. So we're gonna I probably try to open the launch at noon.
Okay.
But if people come out at noon, sometimes you may have to stand around a while and, while the pilots get going.
Right.
But that's better than getting there when the last guy is just launching.
Exactly. And one of the cool things about showing up early is you can kind of roam around and even talk to some of the athletes. They're really cool guys out there, and they'll take the time to talk to you as long as they're not about to go up in the air. And that's what's really cool about this sport compared to like football or basketball is you can actually talk and meet with all the athletes, and they're all really nice people.
That's right. They are. They are. So today it looks like we're going to have hotter weather, maybe less clouds. We were surprised about all that overcast yesterday.
Right.
And it's telling me light winds. Now, this being West Texas, people say, yeah, light winds means 15 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right. But the winds are going to be out of the south. So yesterday, the alternate task, they finally decided was a big zigzag north to Hoka.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know what they'll do today. They decide at the 9 o'clock task committee meeting, and then they announce it.
Right.
As soon as they tell me, I will be texting that to you, Gooney.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, we'll keep that updated. That way everybody knows what time to be out there for the launch and go check out this awesome event. Belinda, thank you so much for keeping us up to date, and I'll see you out there later this afternoon. We'll have you back on Gooney in the morning tomorrow to give us an update.
Great. Okay, thanks, Gooney. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot, Belinda. Have a great day. Belinda Bolter there with the U.S. National Hang Gliding Competition going on right now at the Big Spring Air Park all through this week. Get on out there. It's an amazing event. There's so many people here in Big Spring that have never gone to that, and it's because they just don't realize what's going on out there. And like I was saying, it's a really cool event because you get to go up to these athletes and ask them questions, and a lot of these guys and girls are from out of the country, and that's what's really cool. You get to meet someone from a totally different culture.
It was probably the best experience ever. Like watching everybody set up and how we had to set up, it was awesome.
Now I have to ask this. I've heard you say it a couple times. Are hang glider pilots, are they athletes?
Yeah, they're athletes.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
definitely
an extreme sport.
definitely a sport, and they're definitely athletic to do.
Like I had to sign sport waivers. I mean, this is an extreme sport.
And I got to go talk to a young man from Guatemala yesterday, and I have a video. I posted it. I shared it with our K-Best Facebook page, but I'll actually go in there so it'll show up on our K-Best post. But you'll have to go watch this video. It's a guy from Guatemala, and I talked to him for a few seconds, and I show him actually take off, like from start to beginning when he's getting ready, and you see him go up in the air at the end of it. It's such a cool video. I mean, these guys are athletes.
So fast.
Yeah.
Like the takeoff, it happens really fast.
You just
like
go.
As soon as they strap your helmet on and you're in the harness.
And there was there was another glider out there that I'd never seen before, but it didn't have like something that it sits on. They went and set this thing on the grass, and it just scrapes across the ground and then just slowly takes off. Like there's no wheels or anything. It just sits on top of the ground. Like it is insane. I'll get that video up later too.
They had ones to where it was like a two-seater that you actually sit up in instead of laying down. Like that's
kind of how this was.
Yeah, there was all kinds of stuff out there.
Big wingspan. We're talking about it this much. You want to go check it out. If we're this interested, go check it out. It'll be going on about noon today. They'll be doing the launch, and we'll keep you up to date all week long on that. Good stuff.
Hey, Gooney, real quick, I want to update you. Yesterday we were talking about Texas Tech, and they have a new food truck. Of course, food trucks are becoming all the rage. There's these festivals where people are going to they're basically food truck festivals where food trucks just line up and people go eat. Yeah. And they're all the rage. Well, Texas Tech has their own food truck. So, the students will be able to check social media and find out where this food truck is.
That's cool.
They actually they take the student meal plan.
Really?
And so
that's neat.
So something just a little different for the Texas Tech crew over there.
That's really cool right there. That's awesome. Way to go, Tech. Man, that makes me...
A little variety.
Yeah, that makes me want to go to Lubbock.
And usually, and the cool thing is, usually the food trucks show up after the regular restaurants are closed down.
That's neat right there. Yeah, that's good stuff right there, because college students typically stay up pretty late.
Yeah, so pretty late night. So it's called Street Eatery. Instead of STREET, it's ST and then eat.
Nice. Street. That's cool.
Yes.
Well, who's doing it wrong today, Heather? Who was doing it wrong?
All right, this woman, it doesn't give a name. That's how bad this is.
Wow, that's bad.
But it comes out of Ocala, Florida. This girl stole a 74-year-old woman's wallet while she was at Walmart. Nice. Well, she decided to go on this shopping spree. I mean, spending money everywhere.
Right.
It says that she spent money. She bought $60 worth of gas, bought some stuff at the Family Dollar store, and then she went to a beauty store.
Yeah.
Well, when she got to the beauty store, she took up like $430 worth of merchandise up to the counter.
Wow.
So the guy that's working behind the counter is like, hey, this is a little suspicious. So he's all like, hey, can I take a picture of you with your credit card?
Really?
That she stole, and willingly she took a picture holding up this stolen credit card.
Nice.
With a smile.
Pretty much, yeah. And so it says that the cops finally started tracking down the card and piecing everything together.
Jeez.
Well, when they got to the beauty store, that clerk was like, yeah, here's her picture with the stolen card.
I got her address and her blood type. Here we go.
Why would he take the stolen card? I'm going to take the blame off of the thief,
lady,
and I'm going to put it on the guy who's running the register.
He didn't know it was stolen until the cops came after she had left and was just like, hey, we have a transaction from a stolen credit card. And he was like, oh, I remember that girl.
Sense.
Yeah, and
But
so
he
he
was-
showed them the picture.
But
I
he
mean,
was
still.
suspicious. He was suspicious enough to make him take a photo.
See, and I've worked cash registers enough to know that if you're suspicious about a card, you don't take it.
Exactly.
I would be so mad if someone took my card and cut it up in front of me. I'd be like, what? Why? What's going on?
So, yeah.
Hey, Today's Ask the Mayor on
It
community
is.
calendar. We got
Yeah.
Mayor McClellan coming in, Mayor McCatwoman. He's never going to live that down. I'm going to ask him about Chili's. That's what I'm gonna
He
ask him
did
about.
one of the opening speeches yesterday for the town
He
hall.
did. He
with
did.
Randy Nagelbauer.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. It's going to be a lot of fun. First time I get to interview him on Ask the Mayor. It's going to be great. Get your phones ready and get ready to call in. Also, we're going to take the first caller at 263-KBST, 263-5278. The first caller that has today's secret word of the day. We're going to hook you up with 4 tickets to go see Music and Madness tomorrow night here in Big Spring featuring Mark Lowry. Go check that out. What's your favorite part of today's show, Charles?
My favorite part of today's show, I like the cows.
The cows was a good
Ooh.
one. Yeah, the little trombone cows. What about you, Heather? What do you got?
Well, since Charles took my favorite part of the show.
Hey, I brought that to the show.
Yeah,
That
Charles
is
can
true.
take that one. It's okay.
It would have to be You're Doing It Wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
That woman.
My favorite part of today's show would have to be the Jerry Jones conversation, just because I'm a huge Bengals fan, and that just makes me smile. It just makes me smile. And it makes me laugh a little bit, because remember, if you're not laughing, you're not living.
Parkview Nursing and Rehabilitation is the name you'll want to remember when you're not quite ready to go home after a hospital stay. Medicare and insurance-approved short-term stays make it easy for you to recover at Parkview. The quality of care, the experienced staff, and the local ownership and management make Parkview your best choice for person-centered nursing care. Parkview, 3200 Parkway, Big Spring.
Have you noticed an increase in the traffic? That means the boom is on. Little bitty country roads, city streets, and highways are crowded with trucks hauling oil field equipment. You're probably driving more these days, too, with the beginning of school. When you wear out a part on your pickup, call Westex at 263-5000. You'll find the part you need so you can get back in all that traffic. Westex, the folks in the know when it comes to parts for late model pickups. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. I'm Garen Skates with your K-Best Radio Group News. It's Wednesday, August the 6th. The time is 8:02, and it's 80 degrees on the outside of the KBST studios. Your complete weather forecast is coming up. United States Congressman Randy Nagelbauer held a town hall meeting yesterday here in Big Spring. KBST news reporter Kayla Kay was there.
Thanks, Garen. I attended the town hall listening session at Howard College yesterday with Congressman Nagelbauer. There were approximately 80 people in attendance, and some opening speeches were given by Dr. Cheryl Sparks and Mayor Larry McClellan. Congressman Nagelbauer did answer questions about something he's been working on, like reforms to the Endangered Species Act, as well as funding for schools, concerns from veterans about the VA hospital, unaccompanied children crossing the border, and I also got to speak with him about the lawsuit filed on the president about the Affordable Care Act.
What we know is the Affordable Care Act was a bill that was passed by the House and the Senate and signed by the president, so it's the law of the land. But the president, because it's been difficult to implement and the bill has a lot of flaws, has been trying to implement parts of it, not implement parts of it, in order to try to salvage this bill. And what we're saying is, Mr. President, that the law, this is the law, and that you can't selectively enforce the law and you can't change the law. And that's not the way the Constitution was written. If the bill has got a problem and you need to fix it, then the proper way to go back through the legislative process and make those changes, and that the president doesn't have the authority to arbitrarily make those changes on its own. And so we're basically asking the courts to determine the constitutionality of the president's making arbitrary changes to what is the law of the land.
And I'm Kayla Kay reporting for KBST News.
In a story from our news partner, CBS News 7, a decision by Martin County Sheriff John Woodward to purchase new police vehicles without consulting the county sparked a heated debate in yesterday's county commissioner meeting. The debate led to a special session to discuss whether the purchase was legal, and then an executive session was held to discuss personnel matters at the Sheriff's Department. The county says Sheriff Woodward did not follow the proper bidding procedure, which caused a debate on the purchase and also involved an out-of-county dealer. One commissioner stated that it was a Class B misdemeanor for knowingly or intentionally avoiding bid requirements. The sheriff responded with a remark concerning threatening a public servant and advanced toward that commissioner during the meeting. The sheriff said he was authorized to make the purchase under an exception that allows purchases for public safety. United States Senator John Cornyn was in Midland yesterday to speak on a topic that could affect the oil, gas, and transportation industries. The lesser prairie chicken has recently been placed on the threatened species list by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The placement narrowly misses the endangered list, but businessmen and landowners are still concerned of how this could affect their production. The director of Midland Airports was one of those sitting in on the meeting and has seen the impact of the lesser prairie chicken's new status. He stated some licenses have been hard to come by for the new spaceport as they have worked to meet environmental standards. The search continues for the suspect in the assault and stabbing of an 85-year-old Big Spring woman. The suspect is believed to be 6 foot tall and weighs around 200 pounds. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 432-263-TIPS. There is a $20,000 reward for an arrest and an indictment in this case. A police artist sketch of the suspect can be seen on kbsmedia.com. A man in Austin is lucky to be alive after surviving a 70-foot fall at the University of Texas. The man fell 7 stories from a building near the UT Tower. It is believed he only suffered a broken leg, but emergency officials are making sure he does not have more serious injuries. The man is not a UT student. If you are the parent or guardian of a Big Spring ISD student in grades 1 through 5, please stop by the elementary campus the student will be attending in the fall before August 15th, and please bring proof of residency. Any monthly bill or bank statement with a street address will work. Meet the Teacher Night for all elementary campuses will be Thursday, August the 21st. Registration begins August 19th, and school begins August 25th. Keep Big Spring Beautiful and HEB are inviting everyone to join them to help in the beautifying efforts at Comanche Trail Lake. They're asking volunteers to meet at 9 a.m. Saturday, August 23rd at the Dora Roberts Community Center. You are asked to bring rakes and gloves. Call Peggy Hopper at 214-773-6775 for more information. Leadership Big Spring has announced that their first class will be September the 11th. Applications that have gone out by mail are due back to the Chamber of Commerce by August 15th. Space is limited, so if you need an application, call the Chamber office at 263-7641. Texas Department of Public Safety troopers made more than 1,000 DWI arrests during a special enforcement period that spanned 11 days and included the July 4th holiday. The enhanced DWI enforcement effort took place through July 7th. DPS enforcement also resulted in more than 15,000 speeding citations, which included more than 2,500 seatbelt and child safety seat citations and over 1,000 fugitive and felony arrests. Good news from the Texas Education Agency. Figures just released report the class of 2013 earned the highest ever high school graduation rate for Texas students. 88% of Texas high school students graduated on time. Statistics also show all-time highs were reached by both Hispanic and African American students. With back-to-school shopping upon us, the Texas sales tax holiday is August 8th through 10th. The law exempts most clothing, footwear, school supplies, and backpacks priced under $100 from sales and use taxes, which could save shoppers about $8 on every $100 they spend. And join some of our K-Best personalities at this Saturday's Relay for Life Men in Black event. The Sid Richardson Carbon and Energy Team Brisket and Beans Cook-Off will be held at the Big Spring Eagles Lodge. Entries are to be turned in by 4 p.m., and plates will be available for a donation. There is also a beanbag tournament with team sign-ups beginning at noon and play beginning at 2 p.m. So head on out for a good cause and say hello to some of our K-Best personalities. And a look at local obituaries. H.C. Rowden, age 80, of Big Spring, died Monday, August the 4th. Graveside services will be attending tomorrow at Trinity Memorial or by Myers and Smith Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at Nell Beard, age 91, of Big Spring, died Tuesday, August the 5th. Graveside services will be at 10 a.m. Friday at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. Online condolences may be made at myersandsmith.com. Sidney Francis Hurt, age 88, died August the 4th. A rosary will be held tomorrow at 7 p.m. at St. Lawrence Catholic Church. The funeral mass will be at 10 a.m. Friday at St. Lawrence Catholic Church. Interment will follow in St. Lawrence Cemetery. Arrangements are under the Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be placed at npwelch.com. Funeral services for James Jim Reese will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Nally Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel, arranged in the Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be made at npwelch.com. Funeral services for Dina Kadeen Walden, age 97, will be today at 2:30 p.m. at the Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home here in Big Spring. Visitation is prior to the service from 10 a.m. until noon. Online condolences may be made at npwelch.com. And Betty Ruth Green, age 85, of Big Spring, formerly of Jal, New Mexico, died Friday, August the 1st. Funeral services will be held at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time today at the Jal Church of Christ. Interment will follow at the Jal Cemetery. The family suggests memorials to the Alzheimer's Association, Greater West Texas Chapter. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Online condolences may be made at npwelch.com. Your KBST news time is 8:11. We'll be back with a look at sports and weather right after this.
Napa Auto Parts in Big Spring is proud to be a supporter of our community and is the leader in auto and truck parts. Napa is the oldest automotive parts dealer in Big Spring and features the most complete line of parts and name brand tools, including the hard-to-find ones. When you need automotive parts and accessories or expert advice, go to the place where the mechanics go. Your local Napa Auto Parts dealer in the Blue Brick Building at 4th and Gregg Street in Big Spring.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
Your KBST news time is 8:12. For a look at sports, it's KBST Sports Director Gooney.
Thanks, Garen. The Texas Rangers got a huge win last night in Chicago against the White Sox. They got the bats going early and never let up. Adrian Beltre got it going early in the first inning.
He swings and clouts one to deep left field. That ball is crushed, and that ball is history. A two-run homer for Adrian Beltre, his 16th of the year. It's 3-0 Texas.
Chirinos got his in the second.
Danks turns on the rubber and lets it fly. And Chirino swings and hits one deep. Center field, Eaton going back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. That ball is history. Dead central over the 400 sign. A home run for Robinson Chirinos. It is 4-0 Rangers.
The final score from Chicago, Texas 16, Chicago 0. Game 3 of that series today with the first pitch at 1:10. And that game can be heard on the mighty 1490 KBST AM. The Houston Astros lost to the Phillies last night 2-1. Game 2 tonight at 6:05. In minor league baseball, the Midland Rockhounds fell to Tulsa last night 5-4. Game 2 of that series tonight from Citibank Ballpark in Midland with the first pitch at 6:30. The San Antonio Spurs have hired a new coach to help out Coach Popovich this year, and it's making history. Becky Hammond, a current WNBA player with the San Antonio Stars, is the first female coach to coach in the NBA. Coach Popovich says he is confident her basketball IQ, work ethic, and interpersonal skills will be a great benefit to the Spurs. And Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is in some hot water after some provocative pictures have surfaced showing the Cowboys owner with several younger women. Jerry Jones has been married for 51 years and is 71 years old. And in local sports, the Big Spring Youth Soccer Association has announced sign-ups for the 2014 fall season. Sign-ups are going to be held at the Springtown Plaza. There's a few Saturdays that are picked out, August the 9th, the 16th, and the 23rd. And those sign-ups will be held from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. And then during the week of August 18th through the 22nd, all week long from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Cost is $75 for all divisions, ages 3 to 16. You must be 3 to 16 by August 1st to participate. And also the YMCA is doing sign-ups for their Youth Flag football. That's going to be registering from August 4th through the 31st. They'll be having 2 special weekend signups on the 16th and 23rd of August. That'll be at Hibbett Sports. They're going to have some pretty cool coupons they're going to be passing out. This is for kids ages 3 to 5 and then 6 to 8. Price is $50 for YMCA members, $60 for non-members. For more information, you can contact Dathan Jones at 267-8234. And also, Big Spring Youth Football Association is having their sign-ups August 9th through the 30th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Big Spring Springtown Plaza. For flag football, it's ages 5 to 7. That's going to be $60. Tackle football, ages 8 to 12 with no 7th graders is $160. And, of course, cheerleading, ages 5 to 12 is going to be $125. For more information, you can call Lewis Loper at 213-7420 or Wendy at 816-6627. And the National Hang Gliding Competition is now underway at the Big Spring Air Park. After yesterday's competition, Zach Majors is in the lead. The competition is going to be going on all week long, and you can keep up with it by using the live tracking tool found on the link at kbestmedia.com. And season tickets for the 2014 Steer Varsity football season are on sale at the Big Spring ATC. Ticket books are only $20. That includes 4 home games. They're available Monday through Thursday between 7:30 and 3:30 and must be purchased by August the 14th. For more information on this and more, just log on to kbestmedia.com. This is Gooney in the KBest Sports Center.
Get a look at your Howard County weather. Mostly sunny skies and hot today. A high around 98 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low around 74. Tomorrow on your Thursday, mostly sunny and hot, a high around 100. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low around 75. And on Friday, as we start our trip to the weekend, mostly sunny skies and warm, a high around 96. And Friday night, partly cloudy skies and a low around 73. The KBST news time is 8:17. I'm Garen Skates, and this has been your KBest Radio Group News. Coming up, community calendar. But first, the sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith, brought to you by Choate Well Service.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Bees without a queen. Details in a moment on the sound of Texas.
Hi, I'm Joyce at Choate Well Service. We appreciate all of our customers, large or small, from wells for home use, oil field, or many of our other services. We've added lots of equipment to serve our customers with continued good service. For your large or small water well needs, call us, Choate Well Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business. Now, you have a blessed day.
Tom Ball of Rusk was a highway patrolman 20 years. At one point, he worked the highways around the city of Tomball.
You give somebody a ticket or work a wreck on somebody, and you tell them to contact the old Judge Mahan was just a piece there in Tomball, and then they see there that you signed it Tomball, and it used to confuse people.
He lives on the highest point in Cherokee County, 750 feet elevation. Tom says his area used to have lots of iron ore. Some of it was used to make iron for the state capitol building.
The dome was made in Rusk, and I guess shipped by rail car down there to Austin. And also some of the rails and things there, the stairways there in the Capitol, were made in Rusk.
One time, Tom and his granddad came across a bee tree.
And we walked back to the house and got a big old dishpan with some cheesecloth and got the axe and a crosscut saw and got his veil and a smoker. And we came back in the pickup and we cut the tree down, and that's how he got his honey. He had 7 or 8 beehives. When he found bees swarming on the side of a tree on a limb, and he would cut the limb off and let them fall down into an old nail keg, and he'd cover it over with cheesecloth and take them to a hive. Then we'd go up to Sears in Rusk, and he'd order a queen bee. And a few days they'd call him, and a little pine box would come in, and he'd pick his queen bee up and bring her out and put her with that hive to make his own honey.
Tom's grandfather was born in 1890 and bought lots of land.
I think he said either 50 cents or $1 an acre he paid for land way back there.
His grandfather raised cotton.
They took 2 loads of cotton with mules over to Palestine, what they call Old Town, and they had a gin there. And my grandfather didn't think that the cotton brought what it should, so they loaded up and brought it back. And then the next year they loaded up, carried it back over there, and got less money than they were offered the first time.
Tom Ball of Rusk. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
With summer fun in full swing, you may find your family schedule is filling up quickly. Making plans for orthodontic work may not be on your calendar, but orthodontics at Familia Dental is convenient and affordable. Familia Dental is located in Big Spring, offers free orthodontic consultations, $199 down, 0% financing, guaranteed in-house payment plan approval, and monthly payments as low as $75. This is a limited time offer. Book your free orthodontic consultation with Familia Dental by calling 432-264-0205.
Hi, I'm Kevin Knudsen, the new pastor at Life Church here in Big Spring. Life Church is an exciting, vibrant, and spirit-filled multicultural church on the corner of 10th and Johnson. We have been serving the families of our great city for nearly 30 years, and even though we worship in an old school, there's nothing old school about us. Every Sunday there is contemporary worship, a dynamic practical message from the Bible, fun and safe child care and children's ministry. There really is something for the entire family. I would personally like to invite you to join us this Sunday at 10:30, or you can listen to us live every Sunday on 94.3 The Fuse. Our church website is golifechurch.com. We look forward to meeting you soon, and we hope you remember that today, no matter what you're going through, God is on your side.
Jesus, you're all I need.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas. How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry!
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the S'mores Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
You're listening to KBST AM and FM. It's time for the KBST Community Calendar, a daily program that focuses on the issues and events that affect our community.
And welcome to Community Calendar here on Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. Gooney here with you this morning. I have a very special guest. It is Ask the Mayor Day. I got Mayor Larry McClellan here with me. Good morning, bud.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. And you know, I can't go any further until I call you Larry McCatwoman. I've got to go ahead and get that out of the way because that's going to stick with you.
Well, you know, that's
forever.
Interesting you brought that up. We had a staff meeting yesterday, and of course we're in the middle of a budget workshop, and
right.
And then I think one of the staff members, the city Todd's secretary, she said, well, you know, the next thing we have is our city picnic.
Right.
And someone said, well, what's the thing this year?
Oh, no.
And it's, what is it, characters? The superheroes.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I got Catwoman covered.
You already got your costume ready to go.
I don't think I'll cover it, but I guess I could.
You could if you wanted to.
That's right. I have to borrow the uniform back from Melinda.
Well, we can get it for you if you want it. I mean, it's not that big of a problem. I'm sure Melinda would be happy to let you borrow it again.
I think I'll go just as the mayor.
Hey, there you go. It's a little more comfortable that way, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Mayor, let's talk a little bit, just a little bit yesterday. Randy Nagbauer, of course, came into town, and you got to do a little speech right before he got up there, and it was a great event. There was a great turnout out there.
Very good turnout, and that's important. That's important for our district. It's important for Congressman Nagbauer to have constituents come out and voice their opinion and concerns to him. It gives him feedback from the grassroots level, you know, what's going on in different communities that he represents. Of course, he was very cordial in pointing out to Big Spring that when he was elected 11 years ago, Howard County is what really got him elected.
Really?
And it was, you know, I think there was a Midland, and you got Lubbock, and there was two candidates. I think one from Midland, he's from Lubbock, but the deciding vote was really the the vote that pushed him over was Howard County.
Wow.
So he was very complimentary of Howard, and it's always been a special place for him. He's been very good for Big Spring.
Right.
He's concerned about what's going on, and I think he's really has done us a excellent job.
Yeah. Well, look, we can switch gears just a little bit and talk more about just the city of Big Spring. I know you guys had your budget meeting just recently yesterday.
But last night, I think we finished up about 9:30. We had scheduled this for 3 nights in case we did need it. But, the staff had put together a pretty good presentation, PowerPoint presentation, spreadsheets with actually one spreadsheet with the entire city budget basically built into it.
Oh, wow.
And so we started at 5:30, had a little business to take care of.
Right.
And after that, we went into the budget, and it took a little 10, 15-minute break, but got through everything. I think the council was very impressed. It went very smooth.
That's good.
The staff did an excellent job, and they tell me it's probably one of the smoothest budget workshops that they've had in a long time.
Nice.
You always have the hiccups at the very end.
Right.
I think yesterday Todd was supposed to call me after Congressman Naugenbauer's event there at Howard College, and I never heard back from him, and I'm getting a little concerned what kind of number is wrong. And anyway, so they had to review some numbers up to the last minute. And when you look at a budget so complicated as the city of Big Spring, I mean, it's never ending that you have to make adjustments even at the last minute.
Right.
And I'm sure they'll find a few things here and there that we need to look at. And but it was a very good budget work section.
But that's why you do that. You know what I mean? That's why you sit down. I mean, it takes a lot of organization to keep a city running. You know what I mean?
It does. And, it's not only just, putting funds in one account and, funds in another account, but you got restricted funds and non-restricted funds. And there's a lot of things that are going on that you can change, and then some things you can't change. It's required by the state and things like that.
Right.
So, you change one number, it changes 50 or 60 other numbers.
Yeah.
So, well, if you've ever done your income tax, you know what I'm talking about.
I think I did mine once, and that was it. After that, let's TurboTax it every time.
You go, I can just change this from $1 to $2. You got to change this one, this one. So it's very complicated, but it was a very smooth process. I think we've come up with a budget that I think the city of Big Spring will be proud of. We do have some increases in there, and we knew all along, and I think on this show and ever since I've been elected, that we need to address our landfill.
Yeah.
And we moved that into an enterprise fund, which will tell us basically, how much money this fund will need as we progress through the years.
Right.
And as our expense increases throughout the years. We are moving into a new sale. It's going to be about $7.4 million. We don't have the funding to really start this.
Yeah.
But we partnered with the county, and City Manager Darden and City Attorney Ms. Sugarman and I met with the county commissioners. We presented to them our plan with the enterprise fund that we would have to raise rates in order for that fund to generate enough revenue to sustain itself. Basically, I meant not just in 5 years, but down the road as we progress from sale to sale. The rates, the new residential rate would be $19.10. The commercial rate was adjusted proportionally to the same percentage, and I think that should generate us about, I think it's like $578, $548. And of course, that's not enough funding to go $7.4 million.
Right.
So the county, when we met with them, they immediately saw what we were doing. They liked it. They will put in $1 million the first 2 years. The city will put in $1 million. That puts us at $2 million, but we're still $5 million down.
Still a little short.
So what and that's what the enterprise fund should do. We jumpstart this thing with $2 million, and then we let the increase in the fees within the sanitation landfill department pick up the slack to get us to the point that we should be. So by the time we get to 2017, 2018, that fund will be large enough to pay the bills, because mainly most of our costs will come in early with environmental fees, engineering fees, and the cost of the land. And so we will take that and be able to pay that, and then we will start building that fund so that when we get down into the construction part, that we should have enough to cover it. And it will, with the projection, 2018, I think it's 2019, we go slightly underwater with that fund. But then after that year, we build back up and we start that graph climbing again until we need to go to the next.
So with the raise in funds, it's still barely going to cover what we need it to. So I mean, you're doing the bare minimum of a raise just to get everything covered.
We could not have done it without jump starting this. We could not have done it without the county's help. The county, I think they liked what they saw this time. They felt like, and we felt like, we've heard it over and over again. Golf course should support itself. I think I've heard elected officials in the past say the aquatic center should pay for itself, the golf course should pay for itself, or the landfill sanitation really needs to be an internal fund, and that's why we moved it into the enterprise fund. But it will pay for itself, but not without jump starting this. When we met with some of the consultants, their suggestion was maybe go out and borrow the money. We didn't want to borrow the money because we'd borrow $5 million, we'd pay about $1 million back in interest. And so
do it without it, might as well.
Yeah, it makes sense to increase the fees just enough to sustain this. And what that does, it leaves our funding that we do have to take care of the other problems in the city. The infrastructure, the streets, the water lines, the sewer.
Because that's all very, very important as well.
Very, very important.
And you don't want to max yourself out on the sanitation part of the city and forget about the rest. You have to be able to maintain it all. And that's what a lot of folks don't understand. I think, a lot of people might get upset with a spike in rates and stuff like that. And it's because, you think of trash and you're like, man, I don't want to have to pay for the trash. And you don't. No one really wants to have to pay for their trash. But in the end, it's our trash and we have to take care of it to keep our city beautiful. And that's how we have to do it. And that's a lot of things I think that folks don't understand, because I personally didn't understand it either. You know what I mean? But it's very, very important. It's something that needs to happen. But the way that you're going about it right now is setting everything up so you can still take care of the other issues that are going on in the town.
Well, and the good thing about this, I've said all along, infrastructure is the main challenge for municipalities today. I mean, that's your water, streets, your sewer, your sanitation, and things like that. This really takes one of those items off our plate. I mean, this should self-fund itself throughout the years. So now we can focus more on, doing things with our streets, doing, catching our sewer up. And, when we went to the EDC paid up to $750,000 for that sewer repair. That still left $10 million on the table. $10 million.
That's huge.
Which is, it's a huge amount. And we could easily spend $30 million on water line replacements. I mean, that is just a number that you cannot imagine. And that's at today's dollars. You got to remember, everything is escalating. If we had done this 5 or 6 years ago, it probably would have been 22 million. So things have gone up that much. So I think that this budget will allow us, we have, I believe, $1 million in water line replacement. We have $1 million sewer, and I think $500,000 in street overlays. I think someone had asked, why can we not, actually, I think it was at a meeting I was in yesterday morning, our streets are so rough, we just keep overlaying them. And, it's a repair. It's not what you started with. But we can't afford that. We're talking about $1 million a mile. We have 189 miles of streets in Big Spring. So we do what we can afford to do. But now I think this budget's going to give us a few more tools and the funds to take care of more things in the city. And what I'm proud of is it certainly does address the infrastructure problems that we have, because we know we have a lot of infrastructure.
Right, yeah, you're definitely aware of them. That's great. You have the budget set up now to where now we can move forward and take care of some of these problems with the budget that you've had set in place. One important thing I had to ask this, is there anything in that budget that includes a Chili's? You know I had to ask that, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be a good way for the city to invest in the community.
Yeah, right.
Buy a Chili's franchise here.
Yeah, might as well. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, we're going to take a real quick break, and then when we come back, we'll open up the phone lines and we'll take some calls.
Okay.
We're on Community Calendar here with Mayor Larry McClellan.
Fact: 7 out of 10 women complaining of low sex drive have a hormone imbalance. Fact: 8 out of 10 women complaining of hot flashes have a hormone imbalance. Fact: 2 out of 3 women complaining of depression have a hormone imbalance. Life doesn't have to be this way. Your life can get balanced with bioidentical hormone compounding. Did you know that a lack of a simple hormone can cause you to lose sleep? Our valuable sleep. There is a place in Big Spring that's helping women just like you restore balance to their lives. This place is called Prescription Services. Prescription Services can help uncover hormone imbalances that may be affecting your health, your mood, your life. Prescription Services is located at 1002 South Main Street, right behind Professional Pharmacy. Just stop by and ask for a questionnaire to see if bioidentical hormone compounding can help you feel better. There's no age limit. All women are not the same, but all women deserve to feel right. Prescription Services, 1002 South Main Street.
When Texans have a life-threatening emergency, every second counts. How soon can you get to an emergency room? AirEvac Life Team. Our mission is saving lives and saving Texans money. When you buy our membership, instead of an air ambulance flight costing you thousands of dollars, you pay nothing more. Join America's fastest growing air medical membership program.
Call Mary Frances Malone for membership information. 270-3002. That's 270-3000.
Have you been looking for the perfect job? The Paint and Safety Store in Big Spring is looking for you. We're looking for the right someone to join our team. We offer competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement. If you're good with people, enjoy helping others, have good computer skills, we'd like to talk to you about our inside sales position. It's a full-time job with 40 hours every week and weekends off. Put that together with competitive pay, paid insurance, and retirement, and the Paint and Safety Store could become your new favorite job. Apply today at the Paint and Safety Store, 201 South Benton in Big Spring.
This is a public service announcement from the KBS Radio Group. Are you tired of living in constant struggle? Is your load too heavy to carry another step? Do you want to feel free at last? Reformers Unanimous is a Christ-centered, faith-based addiction discipleship program which is designed to set you free from many addictions. Join Reformers Unanimous at Trinity Baptist Church on Mondays from 7 to 9 p.m. Enter at the north door of the church, and for more information, call 230-0070.
And now, let's get back to Community Calendar on KBST.
Welcome back to Community Calendar here on KBST AM and FM, part of Gooney in the morning. I'm Gooney here with you. It is Wednesday, August the 6th, 8:37 here at the KBS studios. I have Mr. Mayor Larry McClellan here with me this morning. Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning again.
Thanks for joining me. We talked a little bit about Randy Nogbauer coming into town last night, but mostly we talked about the city budget. You guys hashed that out last night. I want to open up the phone lines. We're going to take a few phone calls. If you have any questions for the mayor, just give us a call.
The phone lines are open. Call 263-KBST.
263-KBST, 263-5278. That's going to always remind me of Alex now. Every time I play that.
Absolutely.
That kid laughed every time he played that. It was so funny to him.
I think a lot of times when I'd get here before it would start, he'd push the button.
Oh, jeez. Just playing with it in here. All right, looks like we may have a call coming in here pretty soon. But give us a call, 263-KBST, 263-5278, and we will get you on the line if you have a question for the mayor. Now, we've been talking about the budget. Of course, the city landfill, that's been a huge part of discussion for a while now, and you guys are starting to get it cleared up to where we're moving forward. It's being progressive now.
This is a very progressive move for the city, for the council to get in this landfill and have the ability to mark this off and know that this will sustain itself in the future. And it's something for, I think, this council to look back and could proudly say, we took care of this problem, and the city should not have this problem for many, many years.
Right. Well, let's get it. We have a lot of call on the line right now. Let's get him in here. This is Effie. Effie, are you there?
Yeah.
There we go. We got you online. Good morning, Effie. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. We got the mayor with me. You got a question for him?
Yes, I do.
Let's hear it.
I just wonder, back behind Stripes on North Side,
Okay.
they have dug up the pavement again. I know they're doing work and everything, but then they've just gone off and left it. It's right there in front of the dumpsters behind Stripes.
Okay.
in front of that
trash
county
truck
building?
can't even get it.
I'm sorry, say
The
again.
trash truck can't even empty the dumpsters.
Okay. I will call that in this morning. I think, have you or someone's called this to me, it seemed like 6 or 8 months ago.
Yeah.
In that area. Maybe you did then.
Yeah,
But hopefully it's
they
not
had
the
finally
same.
put something over that hole where, nobody'd fall in it or anything, but now they're working on it again, but they're just, they just walked off and left it, and the trash truck can't even empty the dumpsters.
Okay. Hopefully there's cones around it.
Actually, there is.
Okay, good.
That's good.
And tell me it's not the same hole from 6 months ago.
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I will definitely, as soon as I walk out of this building, talk to someone about that today.
Well, I appreciate it because the trash is just going everywhere. We really have a pretty talented people to just take care of it.
And you make a good point there. If we could control the trash, not just in the landfill, but within the city, and take pride in our city.
Exactly.
And it just always kills me to drive behind someone and they just throw a bag of trash out of the car window. I just cannot imagine why. But we do have a beautiful city, and hopefully we're going to get it cleaned up. Keep Big Spring Beautiful has done a tremendous job working towards that, and I think they have. I probably should mention this. Clean up our lake, or Lover Lake, or whatever.
Right, at Moss Creek.
Moss Creek.
And the park, too, I believe.
Yes, so that's coming up, and they usually have a lot of volunteers come out for that. But, it is always good for us to take care of our community and show it off, because I've always said that our topography is a lot prettier than a lot of towns around us. We're not flat. We have some landscape.
That's right.
We really do.
It's beautiful.
Well, I will send that call in as soon as I walk out of the studio.
Okay, I'm counting on you.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks a lot,
you.
Effie. Have a good day.
You too.
There we go. And that phone number again, 263-KBST, 263-5278. And that's one of the things, we talk a lot about the landfill, but us as community members, we got to do our own part too. And like you said, it just aggravates you when you see trash thrown out the window. I know that one of the new city councilmen, Justin Myers, he was real big on this, on the trash and everything. Has he done anything to kind of move towards that? I know that was one of his biggest things when he was trying to get elected.
I think all council members, if you look at that, are very concerned with how much trash we accumulate in the community.
Right.
We see, I guess, inmates picking up trash along FM 700,
right,
and you come back in a week and it's there.
Yeah.
We have the plastic bags that blow up in trees, and
right.
It's something in West Texas. It's just an eyesore, and we see it everywhere. I see it in Midland. I see it in other cities also.
Right.
But the plastic bags, I'd like to get rid of those.
See, and another thing that folks can do is adopt a highway around here. If you have a club or a group or something like that, that is a great thing to do. Adopt a highway. You can do this through TxDOT, I believe, and just adopt a highway and keep that part of the highway clean. That's a small part that you can focus on in the county, and if everybody did a little bit of that around town, it would be fantastic. That'd be the way to do
absolutely. We would have a beautiful place here.
Yeah.
And everyone wants this, but we can't do it without volunteers. There's nothing any organization can do usually by itself.
Exactly.
The volunteers are really the icing on the cake that will help take care of things like this.
Right. Well, we have Jimmy on the line right now. Jimmy, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome to Ask the Mayor. We have Mayor Larry McClellan here. You got a question for him?
Yeah, who's supposed to be taking care of the facilities at Moss Lake out there?
The Parks and Recreation crew?
But we can never use the restrooms or anything because they're always locked. We're not allowed to use anything out there.
I did notice last time I went out there, I did go use the restrooms. There was one that was unlocked, and all the rest were locked up out there. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see how that's an issue.
I will check on that. I don't know. Is this just almost any time you go out there? Or is it?
Yeah, it's almost every time we go quite often. We enjoy going out there, but
right.
But it's a good thing to have. But it's we need to be able to use what we're paying for and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, especially things like restrooms. And when you're out, and I'm assuming we're talking like Saturday afternoon, and when they certainly should be open.
Yeah, and then they need attention bad. There's big spiders. I mean, it's just bad. I'm not trying to talk bad about anything, but it's just we got our kids out there, we got our wives out there, and everything. It is real messy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thanks Jimmy for bringing it to the attention. That's great.
I've got one call to make when I walk out of here, so I can get two birds with one stone here. And I appreciate your comments, and I'll pass that along this morning.
Yes, sir. And thank you, and y'all have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jimmy. And you were just talking about, that we're going to have an event here soon to get out there and clean the lake as a community out there at Moss.
Right. And we, of course, restrooms are not an easy thing. From a business owner, we have public restrooms.
Right.
And we think of our employees hopefully would take care of it, but sometimes we go in there and it's everything in the world.
Right.
But public restrooms, 95% of the people are going to take care of it. It's just a few that come in there and they want to break things.
Exactly. Ruin it for everybody.
Yes. So, but we need to address that, and by all means, it looks like it definitely should be unlocked. And I know there might be a time that you need to lock it up because of what could go on. But
right.
But we need to keep that routine schedule.
Exactly. And I did notice last time I went out there, of course, I have a 5-year-old son, and I took Kellen. We went into the restroom, and he was terrified because of the spiders.
Yeah.
So there are quite a bit which, I mean, it's at a lake. It's a cool, damp spot there at the lake. It's going to accumulate spiders. But at the same time, we could do something to help it out a little bit. Like you said,
at least address that somewhat. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, that lake, it is on its way up, and it is slowly getting there. It's already made some great strides. So that's awesome right there. We have another call coming in right now. All right, we have Joe on the line. Joe, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Joe. You're on Ask the Mayor. What's your question?
I'm a member at the Muni Golf Course.
Okay.
And I've noticed we've let the sand traps go.
Yes.
We spent all that money on that, improved it. It just seems like we're recessing.
Well, yeah.
I know it's a maintenance issue, but
it is a maintenance issue. When we did that renovation on the golf course, unfortunately, we didn't use the right kind of sand. And I can't remember how many sand traps we had at the time, but I want to say it's like 60 or something like that. Right. It was a very large number. Wow. And it is, and I didn't realize, and I played golf occasionally, but I didn't realize how much of a maintenance you got to go in there and chop that up. And if you remember playing when the sand was there, it's basically like caliche. So that's and so that's the reason. And we did that to cut cost, and you get what you pay for sometimes. But if you look at the price of sand today, and you know where that's going, and the expensive sand is going in the oil field today, and so the price is probably about 10 to 20 times the price. So what Kyle is doing there, I think he's going to do some creative things with those. He's going to let them grow up. He's going to mow them a little taller. He's probably going to put some taller grasses in there. I think we will have some sand traps, I believe. But most of those will be gone. I think there's one, he's going to move the sand trap and put a water trap in there. I think there's water close by. And Kyle was actually at our meeting last night, and I'm very proud of the job that I think Kyle has done and will do for that golf course. This year alone, they removed 72 trees.
Wow.
72. And I think he told me last night we probably have 40 more to go. But
dead trees.
Yeah, we lost a lot of good trees. But what an eyesore when you play out there and there's nothing but just a skeleton of a tree. And I think from this we'll come back, and his plan is to take these out this winter and to plant more trees, but plant those that will be receiving water in some way. So try to strategically place those. So I think the sand trap issue will turn out to be better. They tell me our course will probably have more of the water focused towards the fairways, and then outside the fairways, it'll be more like if you look at some of the maybe courses in Europe or somewhere where they do live in a drought area. Those areas will be rough and dry, and I guess it will try to keep us in the fairway more, but I've never been able to do that. But I think that's because of conserving water, and he's changed sprinkler heads, and we have in this budget we have funded some extra equipment. He asked for about 10 things last year. He got about half of them. He made do during the year, and this year we're pushing to clean up some things, some ball washers and some trash bins and things that we can put out there to take care of that course. It's a beautiful course, and we went through that renovation in 2011, and then we just didn't do a lot. And I keep saying this over and over again: you can spend $3, $4, $5 million on a facility, but that's not the end of it. You always have to maintain it, and so. We're on the upswing there. I'm very proud of what he's done, and I think he's going to do a tremendous job for us.
Okay. Oh, that's just kind of it don't look good. You bring somebody in here and we just give up on our sand traps, but.
Yeah, and I remember actually right after I was elected, I went out and rode. City Manager Darden and I rode around about a half a day with Kyle and went throughout that golf course. We know at the point there were some greens that we were having problems with, also with drainage, and he pointed these out, and of course his deal was, I'll take care of it, but it was not something that he could take care of quickly. But I think when we look at the end result, and it's a beautiful golf course. There's very few in West Texas with the topography and the terrain like that, and I think he's going to do a good job. It's something we can all be proud of.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Have a good one, bud. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I've noticed with the golf course. I mean, it is a beautiful course. It's something unlike anything else that's out here in West Texas. But like you said, it's something just like with the city. It's going to take, time to do this stuff because we're not all billionaires. We can't just grab the money, throw it down, say, all right, let's fix these sand traps, let's fix this green, let's get rid of these trees. It's a process. You have to do one project at a time.
And I didn't want to throw out the fact that we're 30 employees short. I mean, of all things, and I can say this now, so maybe we had two callers here about parks and recreation.
Right.
We had 24 employees in that department at one time.
Wow.
We have 5, I believe.
Really?
5. And that department was cut, and we have, I think we have 1,400 or 1,600 acres of park.
Wow.
So
that's a lot of mowing for 5 guys.
It's a lot of and we do try to hire some summer help, kids, in summer break. But it's a lot of facilities, a lot of different facilities to take care of.
Right.
And with that short staff, and we hope to get the staff back up. And the reason we've stopped the bleeding here because we have addressed the salaries.
Right.
We had employees that did not get raises for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Look at the oil field, what we're competing against. And we know we can't compete against the oil field, but we gave last October a 6% increase. We gave another 6% increase in March. And this was after a study that compared us to other towns surrounding us.
Right.
And we were below 50 percentile.
Oh, wow.
By doing that got us in the middle of those towns.
Yeah.
So we got up to about 50, and their recommendation was to come back. And this year we will do a 2% and an equity adjustment also.
Right.
what this does, it not only helps us from losing employees, and this is vital employees, well, they're all vital employees.
Right.
But this is police department, fire department, where we're very short-staffed also.
Exactly.
But this helps us recruit as well as retain employees, and we have seen a big difference. I think the morale is up a lot. I was in a meeting with the police chief, and I think he reported that we are now in the ballpark with our surrounding areas.
There we go.
As far as salaries. So
good.
That helps a lot. We, I've had people mention going back to the golf course that tell me, just schedule a volunteer day and we'll go out on a Saturday morning and do some things. And I think that's a great idea, because with volunteers, we can do so much more than we can.
That's right.
In-house. We just don't have the staff right now, and hopefully we will get that up to where we should be.
Right. And that's a great thing. Right now, we are progressing as a community. We are moving forward. And you can see the change that's happening in Big Spring, and the city, the county, everybody's just doing a fantastic job. Like you said, morale is up. Morale's up all over the city because we're seeing these change and we're seeing these improvements. We just have to realize that it's a process. It's going to take time, and if you're on board with that, then you should be happy, and it'll be a great ride.
If we cannot take advantage of times like this, Big Spring will never be where it should be.
Right.
Our values last year went from 642 to I think 735 million.
Right.
Almost $100 million increase in values. I think the county went up to $4 billion.
Really?
I mean, 2 point something, maybe 2.6, 2.8 to $4 billion. I mean, of course, there's a lot of minerals.
Right.
But that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing the opportunity to take this excess revenue and address the problems that we have in this community that we are living with today that we need to take care of. And hopefully, throughout this process, that we can come up with a town that when we leave this town and we leave our children behind, that they inherit a better place.
Something they're proud of.
Yes.
There we go. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on today, Mr. Mayor. Of course, Ask the Mayor. It was a great conversation. We got some good stuff out of the way. And we just have to remember with the progression of our town, it's just one day at a time.
It's one day. And maybe next time we'll talk about the comprehensive plan downtown, because I think that's very exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very exciting.
It's always
things
exciting
to go
seeing.
downtown and
That's
see
right.
what we could see in our downtown Big Spring area and get that area back.
That's
get
right.
the heartbeat of Big Spring back.
That's right. We'll talk about that next time on Ask the Mayor. Thanks for coming on, sir. We appreciate it. Mr. Mayor Larry McClellan, Mary McCatwoman. Got to get before we sign off.
I'm going to run out the door and make a phone call.
Yeah, you got a phone call to make as soon as you get out here. Appreciate you coming on, man. Have a great day. All right, you've been listening to Community Calendar here on Gooney in the Morning on KBST. Ask the Mayor with Larry McClellan. We got Gooney Overtime coming up next right here on KBST.
You've been listening to the KBST Community Calendar on KBST AM and FM, on KBST.com, and on Cable Channel 2. If you'd like to have a community issue or